has got the most goals of anyone out here for St Mary's today with 12.
Yeah, well, and Trent McCullum came back and looked really good. And
yep.
Obviously he's out again, which doesn't help their forward line, which could help out South Barwon.
Yeah, Paddy Dowling still playing VFL as well. So. And
his main position is a wing.
Yeah.
And he's been their main focal point.
Yeah, Luke Bath playing reserves today.
Oh, really? Wow.
So missing some goal scoring options. Hope you'll enjoy the coverage this afternoon. Josh Conway, Will Spence and Luke McCullough with you all afternoon. We're underway. They're not pulling it up away from the centre as they were in the reserves, as I spoke about. So nice and muddy to start. First minute of possession goes to Travellini for St Mary's. Blood wrapped up in a strong tackle. Quick kick out of there by Maloney. Good grab by Copley at centre half forward. He goes quickly. They're streaming through. Pritchard, left foot ball's nice to Doug Bond, who marks on the second grab.
Perfect start there from St Mary's. Real good hard in underwork from Jack Blood. Just a percentages game in these conditions, Buzz.
Absolutely. So Doug Bond, been overseas. Will, seen him on Instagram, been travelling the world last few months. So back at the right time of year for, if you're a St Mary's supporter, that's for sure. He'll kick from about 30 out. Favour his left foot this angle too. In he comes. He's just pushed it. In fact, I don't think he even made the journey. Driver marks right on the goal line. Take it away, Wilbur.
Driver, dangerous kick, and Bond, oh wow. Just a one-handed blinder, and he's just turned the ball over Jack Driver, unfortunately. As you speak many times, Buzz, he's not the greatest kick.
No, just kick down the line, Jack, I think.
Yep, just play the percentages, unfortunately. Try to bite off too much, and Doug Bonner's going to have another shot in the space of 30 seconds. Comes in from just about 30 metres out. It's just across the face again, though, for another minor score.
So first score of the afternoon going St Mary's way. You can see bottom left of your screen there. Keeping track of the scores all day. Luke McCullough on duty there this afternoon. Keeping up to date with all the stats and the scores from not only here but around the region. There's a few big games this afternoon, certainly in the BFL. With Drysdale needing to win, a bit like St Mary's, to keep their finals hopes alive. So Lever to bring it in, last year's Team of the Year fullback. Don't think you'll be in it this year, missed a fair chunk of the season. He drives it to about 60 from home. Hall comes from the back, takes the mark. He'll do that all day if he's allowed to. Didn't pay the mark, must have been touched.
Just reads it like a book, doesn't he?
He's superb.
Such a great defender. Goes up again, nice tap there from Davis. Only as far as Banjana and wrapped up in a good tackle. Oh, he's might have pinned him.
Free kick.
High tackle. Going the way of Lever. Apologies, Mulroney. A nice little chiseler. And he finds Driver. Might go wide this time, which he does. To 2-on-2. Players assemble. Nice front and centre there from St Mary's. They chisel inside us. It was Blood, and he goes long inside 50 to a 2-on-1. Oh,
good grab.
Great grab there from Driver.
Yep.
Just out mark lane.
3 marks already for Driver. He goes towards Baker, but the kick's a bit short. Maloney did a good job to get a hand to it. Garner's hands were nice. Benson, now Cowan. Snapping ball just down the throat of James Siddle. He's got a real weird-ass haircut. Not sure what's going on there. He goes short to the pocket. That's Brett Blair down in the back line. I don't see him down there too often. Lusby now off half-back. He drives it down the wing, hugs the line. Fist came from Ling, I think it was. Falls to Jasker, who was stripped of it. Look at Peterson Cole with a bit of burst of pace. He goes down the line towards Pritchard, but the kick isn't the best, and I think it might be out in the full, Will, or just inside perhaps. I think it'll be tossed in, yep.
Another young, good player as well for St Mary's.
Yep, certainly is.
Three inside 50s already for St Mary's. We've yet to see the ball down in South Barwon's half of the field.
Territory really is an important position in this game with these hard conditions. It's finally thrown back in. Benjana's best spot, but it's out now. Quick handball forward now at St Mary's, going inside 50. Big high ball, high flies, Bond. Made a good contest. Copley's there, it's just going to go out of bounds.
Doug Bond looking very lively early stages. Looks like Brett Blair. That's an interesting matchup.
In the back line.
Not sure Brett Blair ever would have played defence in his life. Having played a lot of junior footy with him, he's always been a Full forward was at the Falcons too before he came back to South Barwon. So interesting switch there by Dave Farrell. Tossed in, Davis reached over the top of Banjannon. Ball falls to ground level. Driver with the left foot snap was smothered. Copley pursues after it. So he's Cowan in fact. And the ball will be tossed in. We're about 15 around from goal, just the one behind. We've played nearly 5 minutes in the opening term. It's all thanks to Harvey Norman and Red Onion this afternoon. Thrown in, Lang does the ruck work with Davis this time and probably wins it too. Lang falls to Bond on his right foot, didn't get much purchase on it. Siddle's happy to see it over. And it'll be thrown in again right against the point post.
Really good forward pressure early from St Mary's. Bond being their main focal point, but also been able to apply pressure down at the when the ball's been able to hit the ground. Really good front and centre there work from St Mary's. It's thrown up again. Davis won the tap. Lang was there. Quick kick forward, and it's going to be play on. Oh, they've called the mark, and it's going to be play on. They're out now, South Barwon, but it's out on the full. It's going to be with the captain ball. Walsh. Quite unlucky there. It should have been play on, but the whistle was blown, which caused some havoc there.
Yep, so brought back in by Jacob Welsh, the St Mary's skipper, to the hot spot. Blair was up early. Davis tried to claim the mark, I reckon. Umpire was too quick for him. It was the right decision too. Be tossed up, so plenty of pressure on. Inside 50s, Luke. I know you mentioned it before.
Yes, inside 50s are 4-0 at the moment.
Yep.
So yeah, plus 4 for Mary's.
South have been even past halfway.
No.
Even so far, we're still inside 50. Dylan nearly got in the back of his opponent there. Umpire calls play on. Blair was driven into the turf, but no free kick there either. And we'll have another ball up. The pressure from St Mary's is hot early, Will.
Sure is. It's been thrown up again. Davis on the tap. It's just going to be another stoppage, you'd assume. Or he might get pinned on the ball. He has. It's gone the way of South Barwon.
That's South Barwon's second free kick.
Switch kick now to Driver. And he's got Siddle short as he goes to. It's a bit too high though, and they're able to put pressure on now with McMahon. Siddle tucked in the left back pocket. He goes short. It's a nice little chiseler, and he finds Mulroney. Corridor's cut off real well from St Mary's, and he's probably just going to have to go down the line. He does. It's an up and under. Davis and Banjannon. Oh, well read from Riley Hall, and he cuts it off, and he gives it to Travellini. Travellini, Chisley, kick inside 50. Bonds there. It was Lang instead. Copley did well. Tries to get a free kick. Good tackle in the end from Mulroney, and he's pinned him for holding the ball.
Couple of good tackles early from Taylor Mulroney. Boy from Koroit.
Fit in seamlessly.
I see Riley Hall. Just not sure how teams can continue to let him run and jump at the footy. He's going to mark that every single day of the week. Low ball from Mulroney. Dylan was chopped off. Lang couldn't get a hand to it. Lusby came through with pace along with McMahon, who does a good job. Gets it back to Lang, who snaps around the body. Siddle. Bit of goalkeeping by him in the goal square and marks. James Siddle had 24 touches last week and the loss to Colac. Goes to half back. Up early was Travellini. He couldn't mark though. Lovely pick up in the butter up and then goes to check side. Would have been something special from Jesse Travellini, but through for a minor score.
Has been all dominance here from St Mary's, but as we see time and time again, Buzz, the other side just eventually seems to kick a goal when it's all been the opposition's dominance. And I tell you, if South Barwon can get an entry inside 50, I wouldn't be surprised if they kick one with Bosley. What are the possessions for the quarter?
Possessions have not picked up that stat. I'm still trying to get used to this stat sheet.
But I don't know how you do that.
If you do, I add the kicks and handballs together.
Yeah, I might add though turnovers. St Mary's have conceded 6. So I reckon they've had a few wasted opportunities considering how much it's been inside their 50. Only 2 behinds on the scoreboard.
Going to kick out here with Siddle. Just to a big contest. High flies everywhere. St Mary's were able to get front spot with our greeners. They kick forward here, snap forward, and well read from Race Woods, the captain. Played 200 games earlier in the year. Good accomplishment, and he goes short. Had to be precise and was. And the switch now to Driver. He's got a mark. Oh, he's fumbled it, and it's going to be play on. Copley did well. Good tackle from St Mary's, and it's going to be another ball up right in front of us here. about 30 out.
Pressure has been hot. South Barwon came into the game with the most effective tackles of anyone in the competition, averaging 44 a game. St Mary's averaging 40, but it looked like they're going to smash that today. They've been wrapping them up early. Driver threw a boot at it, but didn't get any purchase on it. Lever, I think that is at ground level. There's a free kick for a high tackle. I think it's Joe Lever, it is, who gets up. Will be his free kick. Former St Kilda draftee. Looks wide. Jarvis was up early, nearly got it on the second grab. Broughton with a stiff arm was nice against Garner. Short ball to Fragiotta. He was called to play on. Banjanin gets him and rips him down, and Blood takes the advantage, streams to 40 and kicks the goal. They deserve that, the Saints.
They really do there, Buzz. It was just really good pressure. Broughton did a nice stiff arm, but Fragiotta just took too long. It was a dangerous spot to turn the ball over.
He's missed it. Sorry. Missed it. He celebrated, didn't he?
Yeah, the cars were buzzing as well, but...
Yep. Sorry, apologies for that. So Lever takes the kick in. He went the early crow. Jack Blood. Blair at ground level. Couldn't quite get a clean grasp on the footy. Numbers converge with it. Strong tackle by Broughton and McMahon in there too. That's of the Dillon variety. And we'll have it balled up. So 3 behinds. St Mary, South Barwon yet to score. 11 minutes gone in the opening term.
Throw him again right. True centre wing. Nice tap from Banjanin. Cowan was dispossessed. Now Mulroney gets it forward. Probably the furthest South Barwon have gone in attack so far, and it's just been run over by St Mary's. Good result for South Barwon, able to get a stoppage, and who knows, they could be the first to strike blood here.
8 inside 50s for St Mary's. Still yet to see one for South Barwon.
Tossed in right in the heart of centre wing. Banjanin reaches over the top of Davis. Madigan ripped down in a strong tackle. Numbers all around this again. Gee, that's a hot hold in the ball decision.
Has been a lot
going the way of St Mary's.
It's been a lot of free kicks so far on the ball.
It was Garner, so now Cowan dumps it inside 50. Lever with the fist. Little front and centre was nice by Copley. Fishes it out to Peterson Cole, who picks up now. Runs away from goal, then squares it up. Lee has the sit. Reaches over, couldn't mark. Woods with the hands. Lusby. Saunders dances through now. Dillon with a tumbling ball to half forward, but again it's chopped off by St Mary's. Jared Garner. Inside 50 again they go. Lovely kick to Bond. How's the vision from Jared Garner? And Bond will have his third shot on goal. He plays on quickly from 40. Heads towards goal. It'll bounce straight through. Doug Bond with the first of the game.
They were due for one, Buzz, and great work from Jared Garner. That Seth Barwon did look out if they were able to get that nice kick inside, but well read from Garner, and he was able to find a nice kick to Bond, and Bond smart to play on in the end with no one near in the goal square.
So St Mary's 1-3-9 lead South Barwon, yet to score on the Harvey Norman and Red Onion scoreboard.
Yeah, 4 applications to the scoreboard now for St Mary's, but 10 inside 50s.
Wow.
It's a lot.
But they have been quite strong in the attack, we must say, Mary's, so expect to see more of that. We've been treated to some great footy down this end of the field.
Travellini, nice spin move out of traffic, but it's cut off. And they're going inside 50, but it's he's played on was Jaska. Might have got a high tackle there, and it was given to McMahon. And he was thinking about handball onto Benson, but decides not to. And he goes short. Now Benson gets it with the overlap. Oh, good effort from South Barwon. Played and put pressure on, but they're still going forward. South Barwon, that's St Mary's. Garner's there. Ogarinas did okay. Quick handball forward. Garner tries to slap it forward, but he can't now. He does. Wasn't Benson, it was Shannon. And they go inside 50. Hot spot to 3-on-1. Lever did okay. Tapping everywhere. It's just going to be out of bounds for a stoppage.
Reece Woods, very slow to get up to, the veteran.
He's got a bit of a limp on him as well.
Yep. Keep an eye on that one, Luke, if you could, mate, and see how he's travelling. Doesn't look great
Looks like a right ankle
at the moment,
from what I can see.
Might have just rolled the ankle in that aerial contest, so it'll be thrown in, I should say. Lovely tap from Banjanin. Socket away, out of trouble only for the time being, though. Cowan started well for St Mary's. Loopy handball. Benson attacked it with some pace, where it's still at half forward for the Saints. Umpire's going to ping him again here. Jeez, they've been strong on that.
How many free kicks already?
Yeah, free kicks, 4 for South Barwon and 2 just for St Mary's.
It's going the way of St Mary's.
Oh.
Pointing the wrong way.
It's Benson.
Yep, so Harry Benson be the beneficiary, and it looks like he's backing himself to a kick from just inside 50. Enjoying a wonderful season, Harry Benson. Wouldn't be surprised to see him on a VFL list next season. And he comes, tough midfielder. Kick was smothered. I'll pump him up. I'm doing that all year, Will.
Yeah.
I'll pump someone up and they usually stuff it up soon after.
He was getting very close to the man on mark there. Obviously didn't have enough of the journey, especially with a ball that could become quite waterlogged as the day does go on. I know I kicked the ball about 10 metres and was turned over, which wasn't great, but...
That's about max view, isn't it?
Yeah, probably.
Got the AFL scores up on the scoreboard, which is good. Saves us
having a look.
Checking it.
Demons, Magpies. Demons are in front, actually.
Demons are up.
11-point margin.
Just trying to find the ball. The ball's gone walkabout. We're finally back in action.
Ball's thrown in. Right in the right forward pocket for St Mary's. Did okay there from Davis. Picked up from Banjannon. And it's just going to be tumble sort of ball and eventually gets out, but it's just going to be another stoppage.
Bit of push and shove here too.
Oh, yeah.
Banjannon caught one there and it's on here. Banjannon definitely caught one, I reckon. Saw the head jolt back.
Dylan's in there as well. They're still
the play goes on. You watch the fight, Will.
Yeah.
I'll see what's going on with the play. There was a fair bit in that, though, I reckon.
There's been a free kick paid to St Mary's.
I think Banjannon might be getting a free kick.
I did see his head rock back.
Yep.
Not sure whether it was just a jumper punch in the chest or whatnot, but don't want to preempt anything. Looks like nothing's been pulled out of us. It can't have been anything too serious. Looked aggressive enough, didn't it?
Yeah,
Tossed
sure
in. About 50 out. Neither I can really get hands up. The ball got caught in the breeze. Fragiota, spinning ball. Hall read it best. Ball grabbed over McMahon. Had some lightning hands. Strong tackle again by Fragiota. It's just a bit of a rolling maul at the moment. There's a whistle. It's been balled up, I think it is. Lee tosses it back to the umpire. We'll have it tossed up on centre wing.
Banjannon, Jarvis to do battle again. Jarvis followed up really well. Fragiota trying to get a quick kick forward. Quick hands from Travellini. They might be out, but it's a really good tackle from Lee. And now Saunders was there. And it's just going to be another... Oh, no, it's not. It's out. Travellini to Blood. Blood can switch it now. It's a dangerous ball, but if it works, it's good. It's a perfect mark. And they're out here. Nice little chiselling forward, but... smart play from Driver. And it almost worked out. Lang was there, trying to pick it up. He tries to kick it off the ground now. And they're going through. It's a dangerous ball. It's a tumbler. Oh, it's a mark, in fact.
They paid it.
Down, I think.
Yep, it is.
The mark.
Yep. So it was Maloney's kick in. It was a bit of a floater, tough one for a defender that to get down low and mark and get a spoiling, excuse me.
Yep. In these conditions, playing front spot's always important, but he protected the drop zone perfectly. Comes in and straight through the middle. It's a perfect goal from the pocket. Cowan's got his first and St Mary's has got 2.
A short 2-3-15 plays South Barwon yet to score on the Harvey Norman and Red Onion scoreboard. Luke, inside 50 count, mate.
I've got it at 13-0 at the moment. Yet to see it just pop into South Barwon's 50. It's been close on 2 occasions, but yet to see it.
Close isn't good enough as far as they're concerned. Sure, the coaching staff will be looking at ways to rectify that, but it's been all St Mary's to start this one. Nearly 19 minutes gone in this opening term. 15 points is the margin. We're caught in the mud pit here at the moment. Somehow Maloney emerges with it. The ball's gone black. Tumbling ball inside 50. Bond nearly marks again. He's looking very dangerous. Copley bounces up. Loopy handball. Blood couldn't pick it up. Jarvis's hands were quick. Quickly out of trouble from O'Neill. And he goes as far as McMahon. That's Dylan. Welsh goes to centre half forward over the head of Dylan. Francis read it best. Caught in a tackle. Just got his hands clear. Did he know? Said the umpire. Free kick going the way of Harry Benson, who wants to go quickly. Umpire nearly got in his way. Goes inside 50. Here comes Lang. Lever with the spoil. Madigan has 3 to beat. Woods emerges with a driver. Just dumps it from half back. to centre wing. It's all St Mary's, really. There's a whistle going the way of Lockie Noble.
Noble, right in front of us in the wing. Possibly can get their first entry inside 50, and he bangs it long to a contest. Hackers assemble. Bosley out the back, one-handed, but it's going to be a free kick to Riley Hall, and he almost could have given 50 metres away for dropping the footy. They've got an inside 50 now because they've switched it. It doesn't matter because St Mary's got the footy with Travellini.
Does that count if someone else kicks it in?
I'm counting it.
I've been doing that the whole last couple of years. Welsh got it now. And he goes just long down the line, playing it safe. Garner's there with a one-on-one. Drive did well. Copley was under the contest with Driver. They get out. Madigan now through Woods, and he goes short, but he's missed the kick. Oh, it's a mark. That's a mark at the end.
Yep.
It's a good mark from Lusby. He handballs back to Woods, and they go with a switch kick right to the half-forward flank. Now they can go inside 50 with Baker. He's tackled that's a really good tackle from Riley Hall. And it's going to be a free kick going the way of St Mary's. Missed opportunity there.
Yep. Started very well, Riley Hall. He's got the big job on Andrew Bosley, the GFL's leading goal kicker. So this is Damien McMahon. Drives it down the line. Geez, Doug Bond started well. Takes the mark, goes inboard quickly to Banjana. Handballed it off to Copley, who's also started very well. Handballs back, Orgarinos. Little inside-out ball. Funny looking one. Siddle picks it up just inside the boundary. Good shepherd by Lever. His ball inside's very dangerous. Probably not the day for that, James. Strong tackle by Mulroney. Copley punches it clear. That was clever. Quick snap. Can Lever get there in time? No, he can't. It's through for a goal, and it's Pritchard with St Mary's third goal.
Just those little contests winning forward. South Barwon had an opportunity to go inside 50. The handball wasn't the greatest idea from Baker, and they paid the price, and St Mary's score another one, and they don't look like they're going to slow down here.
6 free kicks for St Mary's so far in this first term, 4 for South Barwon.
It's the voice of Luke McCullough, Will Spencer, Josh Conway with you this afternoon. St Mary's 3-3-21 leading South Barwon. Yet to score. We've played 21 and a half minutes in the opening term.
Ball loft. Good tap from Jarvis to the advantage of Saunders, but he's wrapped up immediately in a strong tackle from Blood.
They're throwing that footy in that centre circle as well.
I'm really surprised they are.
Yeah, Buzz noted at the very start of the game because we did think it was going to be pushed over.
The reserves are doing it, so I just assumed the seniors would do it.
Jarvis to the advantage of South Barwon, and they get the clearance going forward. Now Dwyer can pick it up, and he goes inside 50 to a one-on-one, but well read. Oh, it could have been a free kick, but it's not. Broughton and Smollett. Now they could be out. Quick handballs from St Mary's, and they dispose out. And Orgarinos has got plenty of space, and he handballs wide to Travellini. And he goes short. Well read in the end from Hogan, but he dropped the mark when he needed to take. Orgarinos did well to keep going. Dangerous spot. McMahon did well. Nice spin move. Goes inside 50. Bond did okay. It was laying in fact, Copley got a free kick for high, and he plays on immediately across the face. They could finish here with Garner. It might be, but it's across the face.
It's Pritchard again. Out in the full. Didn't even score. Another opportunity goes big, and that's what Luke was talking about. Yeah, they're getting plenty of looks at it. Probably not finishing 3-3 at the moment, and a couple out in the full now too. So
17 inside 50s for St Mary's.
17.
That is enormous.
That is massive. So Blair to bring it in for the Swans. To half back. Fist came from Jasker. And the ball will be out of play. Driver picks himself up. So 23 and a half minutes gone opening term. Not a great one for the home fans. Yet to score. South Barwon. St Mary's have been very good. All their smalls have been dangerous down forward. Tossed in, very high one too. Bit of holding in the ruck. And it's going the way of St Mary's, is it? I think it is.
The one thing you can take out of this, Buzz, is it's only 21 points. It could be a lot more.
True. So Banjanin with the free kick. Hands off as he usually does. Driven inside 50 by Shannon. Oh,
Great
straight
mark.
onto the chest of Tom Lang.
Just read it beautifully. Protected the drop zone and has looked a good presence up forward, which they do need.
Have a look at Ben Maloney, boys. Absolutely smeared in mud, as you'd expect. So Tom Lang directly in front. Kick 3 last week in the big win over Newtown, the upset win, really. He's played a bit of back and a bit of forward this season. Looks like he's settled down as the key target for St Mary's. He heads towards goal and likes it. Straight away, straight to the middle. St Mary's have got 4. 4-3, 27, they lead South Barwon yet to score.
This is a really important centre clearance here, Buzz. South Barwon definitely need to win this one. Get a score inside 50. They just need to get Bodsley in the action here. Riley Hall's been sensational intercept marking so far. And with only, I'm pretty sure it's 2 entries inside 50, and one of them, St Mary's, had the footy. South Barwon just need to start getting some entries.
Yeah, I've been watching turnovers as well. 7-6 in that market, so it's been quite even. It's just I think that sometimes St Mary's have a bit more polish when they enter it inside 50, but 50-50 as well with the opportunities they make out of it.
Thrown up. No play. Could end up tapping it, but could have been a free kick. But in the end, they'll do battle again. Strong tackle from Benson.
There's definitely a lot of footwork involved when going for in the middle for a ruck, but because it's so slippery, it's hard to get that jump and get the tap.
Davis just thumped the ball 15 metres, and Dwyer was tackled strongly. It's the centre clearance they needed, South Barwon. Davis flit hands, but only as far as Cowan. Trying to pick it up there was South Barwon, and it's a free kick going the way.
Yeah, throw. Once again, the muddy conditions, just couldn't get his hands on it properly.
Siddle was strong. They haven't paid the free kick, in fact. He was nudged under, and it's not a great position to be in, Buzz, but he did well.
No. Looks like he's playing as the loose at the moment, Siddle for South Barwon. Davis won it down for the Swans. Banjanen followed up. He's driven into the ground was Taylor Mulroney there. Lusby, in fact, it is. Just saw the 0. Lusby just chips across. That is a dangerous kick to half-back. Madigan will have to be good here, and he does a really good job. He had 2 to beat and did a reasonable fist of it. Handball clear to Driver. The ball stayed in somehow. Madigan's kick was smothered again. Up the chimney it goes. Lusby made his way back over to that contest. Clean pick-up was good. We're on centre wing for South Barwon. McMahon got his hands clear. Strong tackle laid by Broughton. And we'll have a ball up right on just forward of centre wing for South Barwon, we'll say.
Lusby fixed up because that kick was quite dangerous, and credit to Madigan as well to win that contest. Another tackle from St Mary's, and it's just going to be another stoppage. There's been quite a few of them to start this match. Davis flick hands to the left of his side, but Orgarinas was smothered. Great effort from St Mary's to keep the ball in.
Jeez, have a look at Ryan Dillon there. His jumper's completely covered. Can't even see his number. Just covered in mud. Have a look at him. Good luck at the guys at Premier Data picking up his stats today. Kick to half forward on the chest to Jarvis, who marks Saunders. Streams away from 50. Josh Saunders. Kick will fall well short. It pitches inside, and now out of play, and probably their most meaningful look inside 50, Luke.
Yeah, a bit of a cliche as well. It's their best opportunity when it goes out of bounds, because now they're closer to the goals and can reposition here.
Yep. So they're about 5 metres around from home. Tossed in now. Their best look at it. The Swans so far. Banjanen ripped it out of the ruck. Benson, Orgarinos, snapping ball falls to incognito man Dillon. Handballs across himself towards Welsh. He's blandly got in the back of his man. Streaming forward is Ned Shannon. Tumbles one that works somehow. They get on their bike, the Saints. Look at them stream forward. This is Shannon again, who on his left foot. Finds it now. He's caught in a fierce tackle from Blair. Jeez, he came in hard.
Well, he fed it off 2 players, and in the third one, he got tackled.
St Mary's had no one to actually go inside 50, and played it really well. Now they go overlap with Lusby. He looked like he played on, but they gave him the benefit of the doubt, and he goes wide. Banjanen did a good fist forward. Noble was trying to pick it up, and it's just rolled out. out of bounds. He has kicked 20 goals for the year. Looking noble.
Has.
9 frees for St Mary's so far this term and 6 for South Barwon.
Should be tossed in. We're about 70 around from home for South Barwon. Those clouds are darkening too, boys.
Rain is
Have fun up there, Pete. Thrown up right on the quarter-time siren. It's a dominant one from St Mary's. If they want to play finals, they've certainly started in the right fashion. 4-3-27 they lead. South Barwon haven't scored. Quarter-time will be back in a couple of moments to wrap things up from the opening term. GFL Barwon Facebook page, GFL this week, and it's St Mary's and South Barwon, and St Mary's have made the perfect start. 4-3-27 they lead South Barwon yet to score. Luke, what did you see in that opening quarter?
Well, some of the biggest stats, so I'll just change over to the first quarter. Yeah, so frees 4, St Mary's led it 9-6. Inside 50s, though, probably one of the biggest headlines from that quarter. 18-3.
Wow.
Turnovers were equal, and yeah, 4 goals 3 as the scoreline reads. South Barwon yet to score.
Yeah, it was certainly a dominant opening term by St Mary's. South Barwon, it's a long way back, particularly if these clouds hang around, as I was saying earlier. Looks like they're carrying some rain with them. Hopefully it doesn't get too bad for the spectacle, because this ground's already in a bit of strife. And hasn't rained in a few hours, so back underway. 27-point lead for St Mary's then, as Davis wins the first hit out of the day, but Benson with the first clearance of the quarter, I should say. Driver takes the juggly mark. His 5th, I reckon, already for the match. Driver swings it wide, dangerous kick. Saunders had to jump early, couldn't mark, and the ball is out of play.
Struggling to see his number as well now, Buzz. 30's starting to disappear.
Yep. Good thing he is sort of, you can sort of...
He's quite noticeable.
Yeah, so...
Did play AFL.
Yep.
Ball one again from Davis. This time it was still going the way of St Mary's, but it's just going out of bounds. Maloney tried to pick the footy up, but wasn't able to. Important game for both these sides, definitely, Buzz. St Mary's win this and Bell Park lose, and potentially they could be in front for the top 5 if their percentage is good enough.
Yep.
Van Janen has best spot, but Davis did real well. Benson got a quick handball forward. Copley was trying to pick it up and could have gotten the back, was blood, but he's been hard in under, and it's just going to be another stoppage.
So a bit of a rough opening to this one. This quarter, minute and a half gone. First term.
Hopefully we can see some free-flowing footy.
Might be tough to find that in these sort of conditions. It's just got that feeling it's about to hammer down, I reckon. Mulroney. High left foot ball. He's been busy, Taylor Mulroney, to start, and the rain is here, just as I said that. McMahon with the kick. That was Hayden to half forward over the head of Garner. Clever tap by Lang. Strong tackle on Cowan it was, and
they have
been pinned. Gee, they've been holding that today, but as long as they're consistent, that's all right.
That was probably the right call, the way they've been playing it.
So, yep, spot on. So Driver from half back for South Barwon in the long sleeves today. Just hammers it towards us. Strong fist from Jaska. It was the former Gold Coast Sun.
Yeah, the long sleeves would be pretty handy now in these conditions, because the wind has picked up and the rain has started to come.
Do you wear one this morning?
Nah.
Don't have one?
Nah. I have like a thermal, but I don't.
You're a Clarko lover, aren't you? You refuse to wear one.
Yeah,
tough.
It's exactly right. Was gonna. I'll just wait. I was actually gonna sort of joke around and tell the boys you can't wear long sleeves today. Do the same as Clarko, but they weren't too happy about that. It's thrown up again. Van Janen tried to tap it, but he missed it. Copley almost didn't have the footy. Nice strong tackle from both team. Blood under there, and also Saunders.
Yep, 3 minutes gone. Not a heap's happened in 3 minutes,
No,
really.
It was on the opposite wing now, it's here.
Yep, Davis won that. Geez, that's a nasty high tackle Lee will be ripped off here, and they won't be happy with that. And the jumper's been completely ripped off. Look at this. Clarko style. He's rolling there with no shirt on. Look at this. Ollie Lee just with the half-ripped jumper as she's gone. Travellini down the line. Francis. Jesus, not the day for your jumper to be ripped either.
Nah.
Oh, no, Ollie Lee. He'll need a spare.
Yeah, do they have... do they need a new number?
Yep.
He did wrap up Shannon late in that last quarter as well, ferociously, and they weren't too happy about it, the St Mary's players and supporters.
Tossed in. Davis had front position and won the hit out, and the free kick could be going his way, in fact. For having front position, you can hear Riley Hall in our effects mic just barking orders. Davis, his kick was smothered. Driver forced to kick under pressure towards Baker. Blood did a terrific job. Jack Blood, fantastically done. Down the line, but Driver again, he'd be nearing double figures for marks anyway.
A lot of intercept marks. He's has been able to do that a lot this year.
This is his worry. He kicks down the line. Jaska with the fist. Cowan, good in these conditions. Saunders bursts off. Garner it was. Orgarinos' hands were nice. Tried to find Cowan again. Woods was dumped after he got rid of it. Now they've got some run here with O'Neill, South Barwon. Through the middle of the ground, the half forward. Kick to no one in particular. Broughton made it look pretty good though. Round the body, 1-on-1. Bosley and Hall. Boundary line beats them both. And out of play.
Was definitely the best passenger player we've seen from South Barwon so far in this match. Able to switch from the right side of the screen to the left with O'Neill, and not a bad result for South Barwon.
Yeah, they put it in an early inside 50 there. It's the first for the quarter.
Has been pretty
bit quicker than the first quarter though, Luke.
Yeah,
exactly
most definitely.
This seems to be the scoring end, possibly, at the moment. Haven't had much action on the right of screen. It's thrown in. Banjanin and Davis do battle once again. Quick forward was smothered. Saunders was wrapped up in a good tackle.
I think it's Maloney actually, Wilbur. Easy to get the muddy jumpers mixed up, but I'm pretty sure that was Ben Maloney. Bit of push and shove again. Looks like another incognito man. Ryan Dillon's taking the free kick.
Yeah, it did look like it was a South Barwon player getting pinned with the mud, but I think you were right with Maloney.
And now 50. I reckon a bit of abuse coming the way from Jack Blood, so South Barwon will get a gimme here. Their first score of the day at the, what's that say, Wilbur? 6-minute mark of the second quarter. They'll at least score, we know that. It's just the number. It is a goal. So Dillon kicks one, and South Barwon have their first.
Yeah, just six and a half minutes gone there. Trying to see the scoreboard. But yeah, that's a perfect start for South Barwon, Buzz. It was all momentum from St Mary's, and they've been able to nullify it so far in the first 6.5 minutes. South Barwon, the intensity's lifted. They've won the contested footy, and they got the first inside 50 for the quarter. And now it's resulted in a goal with Dillon. They'll have to put a big emphasis on this centre clearance as well. If they get a couple of goals in the next 5 or so minutes, this game could completely change. Ball's been retrieved from down the hill. It's thrown up once again. High flying from Jarvis, but Benjamin read it best. Copley couldn't take it, or Garner couldn't take it, but they still go forward now. Nice pick up from Benson to McMahon. Shrugged his player nicely, which was Siddle. They go short, but it's going to be a free kick going the way of Lang. And St Mary's will get their first entry inside 50. Could be 50 metres there for sure, but they didn't give it, and it's cut off once again from Jack Driver.
So Driver switches play, gets a fair bit on it. Gee, it's a risky kick. They're trying to bite off a bit here. The Swans, O'Neill's first there, caught in a strong tackle from Doug Bond in that puddle that Luke McCullough told you about before the game. I think that's the one you're talking about, is it?
There's one right near the goal square, and it's going to intensify now with this rain falling.
Yep, there's a real good one there too. The umpire's standing right in. So you bring it in now, about 20 around from St Mary's goal. Davis won it down. There's a whistle going the way of Lang, I think. Yep. Tom Lang, the beneficiary.
Just got nudged under it and was given a free kick, and it's definitely a gettable opportunity for St Mary's.
7 free kicks awarded this second term. That's basically almost 1 a minute.
So Tom Lang, he's already got one this afternoon. Took a good mark in front of Jay Lever in the opening quarter. This one probably slightly easier than his first set shot too. A bit closer in this time. And has he kicked it? I think he has. Tom Lang, he's got 2. St Mary's have 5. 5-3-33. They lead South Barwon 1 straight 6.
Definitely could be danger signs here for South Barwon if they aren't able to get the next couple of goals. If this rain is to start to intensify, goals are going to come pretty hard, but the clouds have seemed to chop off a little bit. If I do my maths, it's probably 2/3 blue skies and the other third cloud.
Good
Just
break
about.
up. There's a whistle. I'm just trying to hear what the umpire was saying.
South Barwon.
All I heard was South Barwon. So Davis is the man. You have to kick out of the mud pit. He's every chance to go bottoms up here. Doesn't. Kicks inside 50. Hall's got the best chance at this one. Bosley nudged him under it. Flyers were wanted. Cowan got his hands clear. Hacked forward to Broughton and Ling. It's through for... No, sorry, it was the other side of the post. So to be tossed in. Another good look.
It's a good battle there with Bosley and Hull, but Bosley's just got to play front spot there, Buzz. Hull just read it best.
3 inside 50s for the term, so much more effective applications to the scoreboard when they enter inside 50, unlike the first term.
Thrown in now. Jarvis won it down for South Barwon. To ground level. Lusby was caught holding the footy. There's a decision. They take the advantage to St Mary's. Well, they took the advantage. They took the advantage, didn't they? 100% took the advantage, and Benson was caught. Anyway, it's gone back to Banjana, who palms it off to McMahon. It's Hayden this time. Short to Blood. Jack Blood. Dances clear. Nicely done. Short ball to Orgarinos. It's pretty good, the Werribee listed player. Blood again. Handball was intercepted though. Saunders, Lever, now Dwyer. He's a left footer. He can run to 50 if he wants. Doesn't quite. Goes towards Broughton. Had 2 to beat in the air. Couldn't quite do it. Banjanan to Ling, who clears out of trouble, and it works too. Straight on the chest of Josh Jaska.
Very lucky there.
Sorry, Peterson Cole. Excuse me.
Colt, left half back, sides the handball backwards to Cowan. He goes forward, and it's not a great kick. In fact, it's on the full. Driver to dispose out of the back half. He's looking inside, but it's cut off pretty good from St Mary's, and he would probably just go down the line, and he does. To the contest. Oh, it's just deflected off the boot.
Oh, look at this.
And that is just worked out fortuitously. Welsh goes to Benson. He plays on. Goes long inside 50. South Barwon got the numbers. Pickup was good. And they're out now, or are they? It was nice from Davis, but Ruckmans shouldn't really be kicking it in that sort of circumstance, but it worked out. But it's well cut off. Red from Cole to Copley. Nice little chiseler. There's a free kick in. I know it.
Yep, downfield.
Was downfield. Jaska, as we heard. But it's a nice kick. Oh, well-weighted ball. And he finds Hayden McMahon. I think it was Bond that was the kicker.
I think it was...
Oh, it was
Lang.
It was Lang.
I think, yep.
Do look alike. Hayden McMahon would take his best kick from the pocket here.
He was looking for options there, but he's going to have to take it by looks of it from the pocket.
Left footer too.
Yep. McMahon comes in. Going by to move across the side and to the near side in the end. Minor score.
So the ball movement St Mary's holding up even despite the conditions. So it'll please Glenn Keyston, Travis Robertson no end. Be brought back in by Siddle. Plays on out of the goal square. Drives it to Francis. Went over his head and Welsh takes the mark. So it'll go back in again for St Mary's. Jake Welsh inside 50. Geez, nearly a free kick to Siddle. Nothing paid. Shannon wrapped up by Siddle. I'm off a ball up 40 around from goal.
Inside 50 is now level 3 apiece.
13 minutes gone as well, boys, so plenty of time for St Mary's to score more goals. Nice tap from Davis, but only as far as South Barwon play. Might have a free kick, in fact, or it's just going to be thrown in fact, instead.
The umpire's being kept busy watching out for some one-on-ones here. Fair bit, they're all pretty fired up.
Shannon, you can see there with Siddle, it looks. Davis to them too as we speak. Mulroney tried to get it. Could have been a free kick for Lane.
Should have been a free kick.
Hasn't been given instead.
No, it is.
No, it has, yeah.
It is going the way of Copley.
It was Copley.
Oh,
Goes the banana, check side, it's across the face.
just didn't muck around, did he?
It looked like he was setting up at first and then just did the one-step banana, but only a minor score.
Yep, so 35 plays 6 now on the Harvey Norman and Red Onion scoreboard. St Mary's is way, 5-5 plays 1 straight goal. That 1 goal going to Ryan Dillon to begin this second quarter. So Lever orders everyone to this right side and then goes the opposite way, work that one out. Kicks to half-back through the hands of Jarvis, coughed up again, McMahon, Connors, wobbles one only as far as Hogan for South Barwon, who just gets as much territory as he can, and in the end it's a pretty good result. Gained 50 metres or so.
Definitely a good result. They didn't have many players there, South Barwon, for the footy. Only Bosley, and good effort from Hogan just to get the ball forward. It is a metres game in this type of weather. It's starting to clear out though. It's probably 3/4 blue skies now. It's thrown in. Jarvis has best spot. Jasker did okay out the back. Flicked handball was good. Saunders goes long inside 50. May have been Dillon. Either way, it was cut off. And they're out now. Tries to cross him, but good pressure there from Broughton. But it was a nice kick and finds Dylan McMahon. He goes short, he's looking for him, and it's a perfect kick to Maloney.
Yep, Maloney at half-back. Calls of Beamer. Oh, it's marked by Broughton.
Yeah,
Might have caught one in the mush too. You can't take the advantage. Simon Fragiota trying to be a little cheeky there. We'll come back to Chauncey Broughton.
Waste opportunity there from Fragiota, because St Mary's is able to set up now. Players everywhere in their defensive half.
Saunders comes onto the field and runs inside 50. Might be the target here. He's got a little bit of a space. Goes further than him though. Towards Bosley. He's forced to punch from behind. That's what we were speaking about before. Strong tackle by Dwyer. We'll have a ball up.
Yeah, just with the waterlogged sort of pill, or possibly the slippery conditions on the foot, it's just going to drop shorter, and forwards have got to be in front. Jarvis did okay. He sort of missed his target in Mulroney. It's going to be a clearing kick forward, and Lang just kicking it out wide to Benson. If he can pick it up, it could work well for St Mary's. It's a 1-on-1 to be won. It's a 2-on-1 now. And Sutton just eventually got it out, and that's a good tackle in fact from South Barwon, and that's a high tackle, and as you could hear from some of the fans, and they got it with Cole. It was Shannon in fact, and he goes to a 2-on-1. Jarvis, he's just marked it, Garner, and he's going inside 50. It's smothered in fact. There's been a whistle. Bosley wasn't too happy with that. Opportunity gone becking there, Buzz.
Yeah, absolutely. Jared Garner
Did well.
He did very well, but his kick was smothered just as he was going to burst inside 50. So Bosley with the downfield free kick. Goes short to Fragiota, who now kicks inside 50. It's a poor kick. Favours Connors. Goes through his hands though. Gives Noble a slight chance. Cole did well. Walked through a couple and then lays up a high footy. Dangerous. Strong fist from Jarvis, Dwyer over the footy. Connors goes again for the Saints. Umpire hovering. Ball comes out now. Strong tackle by McMahon. And he's paid a free kick for in the back going the way of South Barwon. Couldn't quite catch who the player was. It's Dylan. I'm surprised why I couldn't catch him because he's hard to pick out. He has gone commando.
Wasn't the greatest kick there from Fragio, as you said, Buzz. It wasn't to the advantage of Noble and...
So Dylan from the paint of 50, it falls short. Hall's got best position, falls to ground level. McMahon just kicks out of trouble. Travellini, that was clever. Finds Garner now in the back pocket. He kicks towards Pritchard. Fisted away from him. Ball nears the boundary. Woods, quick handball. Lever was beaten by the boundary line to be thrown in.
Once again there, Bosley just couldn't get in front of his man, but tough job on Riley Hall.
6 inside 50 to South Barwon, to St Mary's is 3. Turnovers as well. South Barwon's conceded 6 turnovers to St Mary's 4.
What are the tackling stats they've got?
Haven't got the tackling stats, unfortunately.
It's thrown in again. Banjanin did okay with Davis. It's been smothered on. They're going inside 50 here. Bosley did good, but still on the ground now. Broughton snapping around the goal. It's just a touch on the line.
It's close.
Read it well off the tap of Broughton of Bosley, and could have been a sensational goal from the pocket.
So it'll be Dylan McMahon to bring it in for St Mary's. Just goes very short to Jasko. Goes quickly, gets the 1-2, then drives it off half back towards Banjanin, but the kick isn't the best. Out in the full, in fact. So Bosley will bring it back for South Barwon. Bit of territory for them. Just been rare in this game. Bosley kicks to the hot spot. Hall's got front position. Off hands. Pritchard was pretty clean. Got his handball over towards Maloney. Snap out of the pack. Good goalkeeping from Copley. That was clever. And finds McMahon in the back pocket.
McMahon tucked in the back pocket. Good effort from Mulroney to hold the ball up. He's just going to have to go down the line. He does. Travellini was just waiting for the front and centre, and Driver wanted the mark, and you could hear him. And he won't say the words, but wasn't impressed. But
he just cried, "It's a mark."
That's exactly
as he
right.
took it. I'm not sure that's going to con the umpire if you just say it. Come on, Jack.
Either way, it's a good result for St Mary's, not for South Barwon, but it isn't in their defensive half yet. Good tap from Davis. Mulroney's there, but it's a good tackle. I mean, blood.
Their tackling's been terrific today, Luke, hasn't it?
Yeah, well, I haven't. Unfortunately, I don't have the stats for that yet, but
that's all right.
They've put good pressure in that area.
Banjanin was dominantly down to Garner. Fragiota just got his kick away, but Welsh is first on the scene. That's a clever kick round the corner to McMahon, who had to stretch, though. Did a good job at ground level to butter up. Now he's caught. No free kick doing. McMahon, that's Dylan. His kick was intercepted, just paddled forward by Saunders. St Mary's emerged with it again. Blood down the line, but only as far as Doyle Madigan.
Madigan held up there from Cowan. He's looking in board. It's just probably going to go long. It's a high ball up and under. Hall's there to mark, and it went to ground. They're going forward again with McMahon. Saunders trying to pick it up. Almost got a high tackle. Oh, he's just pickpocketed Garner. And it's a big kick here because Copley's in the middle. Just to wait for players, though, and he goes wide. Plenty of space in the outer here with Pritchard, and he gets onto his favoured left side, gets a good block, and he goes long down the line to a 1-on-1. But it's not a great kick, and it's cut off, in fact.
They're level on turnovers, both of these sides.
Hogan from half-back goes back to go forward. O'Neill out of the back pocket, goes by hand to Mulroney, who looks to hand off, had to be quick. Found Saunders, who gets away from Blood. Jeez, look at that. Danced away from a couple and then found his target in Davis, who then chips it wide to Madigan. The first time they've got a little bit of fluency in their game here, South Barwon. Madigan with the footy on the outer side. Centre wing forced to go back. Finds Woods, who goes back further to O'Neill. They look to reset. They've got Driver at half-back. Bosley's worked up to centre half-back. Now he looks further afield. Chips over the top. Finds Dylan on half-back. Driver kept running for him. On centre wing now. Kicks inside 50. Siddles down forward. Got up high too. Thump down. Hall overran it. Lee emerges with it. Trying to get a kick clear. Ling out of trouble. Orgarinos first on the scene.
Orgarinos did okay with Shannon. Now Maloney gets it forward. Oh, could be a free kick from Bosley. It wasn't in the end, and you're right there, Buzz. Bosley has changed positions with Siddle just to get some confidence back for Bosley, and Siddle did make a high-flying attempt there, but as we saw Driver, a bit of a scruffle as well.
What I've seen with South Barwon is every time they enter it inside 50, which has been 11 times this term, they just haven't been able to mark it as soon as it enters there, and then they just give it up with St Mary's clearing it out.
Garner going forward, but cut off well from Hogan. It's been good in the back line for him. He just goes wide. Madigan's starting to get a bit of the footy on the wing here. They have a lot more space. South Barwon, as of late, and he goes wide, but it's not the greatest kick, and it's just going to be out of bounds for a stoppage.
Looks like Andrew Bosley might have been swung back too.
Yeah, I just said that.
Yeah, did you? Sorry, mate, I wasn't listening.
It's all good. I said he's fought with us. It'll
Yep. Interesting move, that.
just probably might get some confidence back or something like that, possibly.
Yeah, looks like they're just playing a little bit smaller. I think that's the idea. Maybe a bit too tall.
Yep.
Down forward. So it was brought in. And the ball quickly out of play away from Mulroney. So Jarvis is down there. He's probably the tallest target. He's got Jacob Welsh for company, so it's a bit of a mismatch there, isn't it? Jasker on Broughton.
Only 5 inside 50s for St Mary's as well this term.
But still outscoring South Barwon, are they not?
Just 1 point above. One goal 2 to 1 goal 1.
Yep.
Yeah, as you were saying there before, Luke, South Barwon's entries, their kicks have been just a little bit too high going inside 50, and it has favoured the St Mary's players because they've usually had an out number.
Brought in. Davis won it down. Benson was trying to get after it. A strong tackle on Copley. He earns himself was it Connors?
That was
One of those
Copley.
two. It was Copley.
For a high tackle.
Wins a free kick. Been very good, Matt Copley, this afternoon. Goes to half forward. Geez, Maloney had to hang in the air and try to mark it. Couldn't quite. Now Saunders for South Barwon. Dances inside 1 and 2. Handball's a long way back towards. He's under some pressure. He's forced to retreat to Bosley, the skipper, who then squares it up to Hogan. They're under all sorts of pressure here, South Barwon. It's all their own doing as well. Lang did well to force a contest. Copley keeps it in somehow. McMahon marks. Is it paid? No, says the umpire.
Rightfully so as well. It was only probably 5 metres, but really good pressure there from St Mary's. South Barwon were trying to switch the play, and it has been pretty good so far, but Bosley just wasn't able to hit the target. Good tap from Davis, but straight to the St Mary's player. Another good tackle from South Barwon. Just do or die footy here. Tackle was from Hogan. Oh, it was Driver, in fact.
Yep.
Davis won the tap again, but Pritchard from the pocket. Can he get it to work? Still in play. Bosley danced around a couple. It's a really high ball, in fact. Hackers assemble. Banjana was at the back. Again. Oh, it was Driver, in fact.
Yep.
Davis won the tap again, but Pritchard from the pocket. Can he get it to work? Still in play. Bosley danced around a couple. It's a really high ball, in fact. Hackers assemble. Banjana was at the back. Again. Oh, it was Driver, in fact.
Yep.
Davis won the tap again, but Pritchard from the pocket. Can he get it to work? Still in play. Bosley danced around a couple. It's a really high ball, in fact. Hackers assemble. Banjana was at the back. Again. Oh, it was Driver, in fact.
Yep.
Davis won the tap again, but Pritchard from the pocket. Can he get it to work? Still in play. Bosley dance around a couple. It's a really high ball, in fact. Hackers assemble. Banjana was at the back. Again. Oh, it was Driver, in fact.
Yep.
Davis won the tap again, but Pritchard from the pocket. Can he get it to work? Still in play. Bosley dance around a couple. It's a really high ball, in fact. Hackers assemble. Banjana was at the back. Again. Oh, it was Driver, in fact.
Yep.
Davis won the tap again, but Pritchard from the pocket. Can he get it to work? Still in play. Bosley dance around a couple. It's a really high ball, in fact. Hackers assemble. Banjana was at the back. Again. Oh, it was Driver, in fact.
Yep.
Davis won the tap again, but Pritchard from the pocket. Can he get it to work? Still in play. Bosley dance around a couple. It's a really high ball, in fact. Hackers assemble. Banjana was at the back. Again. Oh, it was Driver, in fact.
Yep.
Davis won the tap again, but Pritchard from the pocket. Can he get it to work? Still in play. Bosley dance around a couple. It's a really high ball, in fact. Hackers assemble. Banjana was at the back. Again. Oh, it was Driver, in fact.
Yep.
Davis won the tap again. It's a really high ball, in fact. Oh, it was Driver. Davis won the tap again. It's a really high ball. Oh, it was Driver. Davis won the tap again. It's a really high ball. Oh, it was Driver. Davis won the tap again. It's a really high ball. Oh, it was Driver. Davis won the tap again. It's a really high ball. Oh, it was Driver. Davis won the tap again. It's a really high ball. Oh, it was Driver. 8-9. Leopold lead Grovedale 6-10-46 to Grovedale 3-1-19. Don't have the scores for Colac and North Shore. Bell Park v Geelong West Giants. Bell Park leading 10-6-66 to 3-1-19. Newtown lead St Albans 8-7-55 to St Albans 4-2-26. And around the grounds for the BFL, Barwon Heads lead Ocean Grove 9-6-60 to OG 33. Amos lead Drysdale 7-4-46 to 4-4-28. If Amos are to beat Drysdale, then their finals hopes are gone. Anglesea lead Newtown by 20 points, 5-5-35 to 2-3-15.
Or Newcombe.
Who did I say? Torquay?
Not Newtown. It's all right,
Newtown.
mate.
Far out. And quite a shocking one here, boys. Port Arlington and Torquay are a draw, 5-1-31 to 4-7-31.
Might just add in the AFL scores here. Collingwood leading Melbourne by 30 points and Port Adelaide ahead of Sydney by 15 points. And I've just been told Score Review, they did a review at, I think, the Sydney game, and they've used the wrong replay for one of the reviews.
Oh my God.
So,
Scrap it.
not looking too good.
And to finish the BFL, we've got another draw at halftime. Queenscliff 3-1-19 to Motta 2-7-19. So if Port Arlington and Queenscliff are able to knock off Motta and Torquay, that could be quite a big statement.
Well, if Mottawarri somehow lose, even if
Could
Drysdale
If they
lose, they could still
They
be
could still miss it.
still be alive. Yeah. So there's a fair bit to play out yet. Here at McDonald Reserve, it's
rain
now
started.
a wet McDonald Reserve. The rain has come down as the siren goes to begin the second half. It's Banjanin with the first hit out. Driver may move to a wing by the look of things. He rips McMahon off the footy. We're still stuck in the mud pit. Saunders got his hands clear. Lusby just burrowing his way through Orgarinos. Quick, it came out now. Inside 50. Hogan's got best spot here against Bond. They engage in a bit of a wrestle. Ball's just thumped clear. It's probably deliberate. Yep, and given going the way of the Swans.
Good decision there. South Barwon to go long out with Bosley. It's up and under sort of footy, but players everywhere. I think that might have been Maloney. I'm not too sure with the mud on that. No, but you couldn't actually see it on St Mary's player.
That was a quick start there. Already an inside 50, a clearance. An inside 50 and a clearance and a hit out for St Mary's.
Banjanin and Davis. Davis lost the tap to Banjanin. Dwyer was there. Or it might have been Fraggiotta, rather.
Fraggiotti.
And it's a quick kick forward, and it's a strong mark in the end.
Yep, Connors took the grab, found Benson. No,
I think
it's
they're
going
taking
back.
it back.
No, it's going South Barwon's way. Going the way of Ryan Dillon.
It's a
So-
Dylan. Sorry.
Yeah, you're right, mate. He drives it to half forward. Flies it once, it falls out the back now. Ollie Lee in the 34, but coughs it up. Benson. Welsh from half back. High footy. The centre half forward over the head of Woods. First on the scene is Garner. He's a dangerous man in these sort of situations. Hogan flies in. Forces a stoppage.
It's been hard in today, Hogan. Lots of the South Barwon boys have been.
It's actually my long sleeve. That's a fun fact for you. He's wearing my long sleeve today.
Well, there you go. Do you remember watching
My old one.
Do you remember seeing you on a wing? And
Yep. Not getting much of it.
nah, that's what the long sleeves are for.
Yep.
Copley disposing the footy forward, and it's just rolling and rolling and rolling out of bounds.
What?
They've called deliberate.
He's kicked that from half back to the
under
opposite
pressure.
side of the ground. My goodness.
Under pressure, and if you're a St Mary's fan, you'd be pretty happy with that. But the South Barwon fans, not so much, as Travellini will just go short. Oh, it's well read, in fact. They go long down to the ground. Jaska's going to make up some ground on Dwyer. Dwyer, does it sit? It does. He wants to dance around, but he gets onto his right side. He goes inside 50. Strong pickup. Oh, it's a good tackle, in fact, but Noble is there.
It was a good tackle by Ben Maloney, it was. Very strong tackle. And Ollie Lee repaid the favour.
It's been a pretty good tackle so far, Ollie Lee, and it's been a bit of a scruffle because of it.
So tossed up right under the scoreboard, which says 3 minutes gone in this third quarter. Sits nicely for Mulraney, who wheels around, squares the footy up. Dangerous kick onto the chest of Jared Garner. So another turnover. He goes very, very short to Copley, who's been impressed. He even thought it was play on, I reckon. Goes across goal to Damien McMahon. Goes short again to Garner. Jared Garner, hope you're having fun up there, Pete. Nice and windy now and wet. We're pretty warm down here. Welsh, well, relatively.
Just starting to sort of slow the footy down and just play.
Welsh goes down the line. Bosley's got the sit. Should mark and does on his chest.
2 turnovers already for St Mary's.
Bosley being thrown in the back line, as we said earlier, for Siddle. And he decides to go long down the line. It's a wobbly sort of kick. Did all right, St Mary's, to get it forward, but it's just coming back again. Bosley played on, and they've called it in the end. He's got to get on the left foot. He handballs. It's cut off. It's a dangerous one. Welsh was there, and it's a high tackle. In fact, he's got very lucky there.
What was Banjanin doing?
Yeah, definitely. But fortuitously going the way of South Barwon through Bosley, and he decides to go long once again. This is probably a better, more kick, but it's not the greatest kick, in fact, as the captain, Walsh, has decided to cut it off. pointing to where he wanted to go, and he goes short. It's just got the required distance to Shannon.
Yep, so Ned Shannon at half-back for the Saints. Looks inboard towards Lang. Lever's got the sit here, puts the fist through it, straight into the pit of mud. Look at that, the ball just stops. It's like glue in there. Benson, numbers always St Mary's. Travellini loops on over the top. He's got Hayden McMahon all by himself. Squares it up, beautifully done, just short of Lang, who's sore. He's hurt himself there, Tom Lang. Ball still at ground level in the meantime. Francis does well. Driver ain't run into trouble. And we'll have a stoppage. Tom Lang very sore to get up there. Might have copped a corky maybe to the back of his leg.
Really strong effort there from St Mary's. They just decided to bite the bullet through the middle, and it worked off.
Tossed up. Davis palmed it down for South Barwon. Noble was caught, had no time to think. He throws a boot at it. That'll be kicking in danger. And the free kick will be going to Matt Copley.
So Copley would be a pretty good kick here from just about 45 or more distance. Would take his best kick. He's looking around for a handball, but no one's there, so he's going to have to go in. Gets close to the man on the mark, and it's why it's not made the distance. Almost a strong mark from the St Mary's player in Shannon. Quick kick handball was good, and now Broughton decides to go long down the line. Almost a great mark there from Jarvis.
In the back.
They've given him in the back, in fact.
No, it's going the other way.
Don't know what that was for, but
That levels up free kicks, 3 apiece already.
So this is Welsh. Just puts a high footy back inside, 50. Good grab by Driver, no. Couldn't mark it. Bosley emerges with it. He's been pretty good since he's been put down back. Wobbly footy towards Ollie Lee. Couldn't pick it up. Numbers with St Mary's again. Welsh was nearly caught with it. Allows South Barwon to get numbers around the footy. Time to get numbers around the footy. We'll have a ball up on the heart of centre wing. The score hasn't moved since half time. 5-5, 35 117.
ball's thrown up again. Banjana won the tap. Straight to Mulroney, and he got it forward. That's a strong mark in the end from Ethan Baker. He's a lively forward for him, and he needs to get busy if they to win this game, but it's not the greatest kick, but it's
free kick, I think.
It was a free kick in the end.
Yep, free same areas.
Did think that Riley Hall did mark the footy. Once again, just reading it beautifully on Ollie Lee.
Oh my, what was that?
Wasn't sure if that was a banana, but Broughton goes long inside 50, but it's cut off once again. And they go with the switch kick. It's got to work off it with McMahon. He runs in a bit of trouble. Could be holding the footy. But
got lucky there, I think.
Benefit of the doubt. It was good pressure from Lockie Noble.
So to be brought in, maybe a bit of push and shove in this one this afternoon. Benjamin palms it down. Garner was nudged in the back. No free kick. Saunders trying to find a way through. Jarvis stripped of it. Garner goes again. Good mark. Kelly O'Neill dishes off to Hogan. Slight fumble. Still has time to find a target, but goes very short. Cut off Maloney. Shannon takes a good mark.
Bosley just hit his own teammate there in Fragiota. And they're going forward now. It's a
great mark.
Strong mark from Bond. Bond now just kicks into space. It's a foot race. And it's Cole. He has time. Darts around his player. Quick handball forward. And Pritchard is just going to run into an open goal and kicks the first of the third term for St Mary's.
Yeah, very strong running play there by St Mary's. They just carried that ball forward, and in the end, it was just point blank range for the Saints.
It was real good footy. They just went from the back line straight down the guts to the St Mary's forward line, and Pritchard gets what was a handy goal for St Mary's in the context of this game. Whoever got the first goal this quarter could have been able to grab that momentum, and it's St Mary's. Just waiting for the ball to be thrown up here. was real good overlap there from St Mary's as well, with Pritchard being able to just go on the goal square thanks to Pearson Cole's handball. Been tapped forward. Good quick kick from Lusby. Trying to pick it up now is Baker, and he just goes inside 50. 1-1. Hall did really well on Lee, but South Barwon got the numbers. Quick kick handball there. Dylan, can he finish? It's just across the face. Would have been good to get one back early, South Barwon there. (41-65-41) plays 1-2-8. If you're just joining us now, you can see that in the bottom left of your screen, thanks to Red Onion and Harvey Norman. South Barwon just go long. Cowan and Benson just didn't talk at all, and they just didn't work well there. Good tackle from Jarvis. Likewise, the other South Barwon player just under it, I can't see at the moment. It was Charlie Francis, in fact. And the Rucks will do battle again with Davis and Banjanin. Banjanin won the tap to the advantage of St Mary's. Could be in the back, but it hasn't been paid. It's a strong tackle on Lusby. Been a hard contested footy play today. Lusby has.
Yep. That's usually his game. He comes up holding his shoulder though. It's Josh Saunders, is it, or Lusby? It is Lusby. Clutching his shoulder, might be a little stinger. Banjanin takes it out of the ruck. Copley, first on the scene. Garner, the spin out of trouble. Fantastic, Jared Garner. Bosley's got the sit, has a sit in the hole. Does a good job. Now he's got driver if he wants, but options cut off.
6 turnovers to St Mary's this term. That's +3 against South Barwon.
Goes down the line, but hallmarks again. Yet again. He squares it up. Benson now in the middle of McDonald Reserve. Drives it to half forward. It's a great kick too. Finds Pritchard, who wheels on his left foot, goes very long towards Lang. The kick misses him though. He had 5 metres of space too. Ball out of play.
Their ball movement was really good there, St Mary's, from the right screen to the left, but like you said there, Buzz, they had plenty of space, Lang, and the kick wasn't great enough to him.
So be brought in over the head of all the ruckmen again. Spills clear. Pritchard wobbles one inside 50. Lever, red at best. Partially caught. Mulroney squares it up to Bosley. He's got Fragiota over the top. Bose goes for a run. Off half back. Drives it. Jeez, it was going on the Chesterfield too before Ling got a fist in. Does a good job too. He's caught in a ferocious Ryan Dillon tackle. And we'll have a ball up.
Real bravery there from Ling, but good tackle from Connors. On Connors rather, but it's thrown up. Could have been a holding from Jarvis, but it wasn't. And it's just decided to come out. Travellini, and he just goes up and under. Could have marked it was not Bosley, Francis, and just kicked off the ground from St Mary's. It's a strong tackle in the end. It's been taken out. Blood's there to pick it up. Can he break the tackle? Oh, it's a really good tackle in the end from Charlie Francis. Desperation on the line there.
Yep, really good tackle by Charlie Francis. It's going to be tossed up directly in front for St Mary's. It's getting pretty cold here too. You can feel that wind. Wouldn't be great out there for the players. Geez, Shannon pops up with it. Been pretty good today. Gang tackle, and we'll have another ball up. 6-5-41 to 1-2-8. St Mary's. They kicked 4 goals in the opening term. It's only kicked 1 goal since then. But all the damage was done before quarter time. Another ball up here. Played 14 minutes in this opening term.
Yeah, the margin has extended actually at the end of every quarter for St Mary's. It was 27-0 in that first term, and then 8-7 in the second term, and now they're another goal ahead.
Maloney was wrapped up. Could have been a free kick in the back, but it wasn't paid. Quick kick forward again. Lang trying to pick it up with a kick, but South Barwon are able to just get it over the line.
Bit of a wrestle going on right on the goal line. Brought back in by Lever here for South Barwon. They trail by nearly 6 goals. Oh, it's a shocking kick. Saunders made it look a lot better than it was. Fragiota's kick was rushed. Shannon's hands to McMahon, and now we're out of play, and we could be on here, and he's down. He might be knocked out here, and it's a dust on here. They're really going at it here. Players up, thankfully, which is good. It's in a dangerous spot too, right in the gutter. And he plays on McMahon, and he kicks the goal. Well, that's one way to break it up.
That's the way to quiet the South Barwon players, for sure there. The two skippers having a little bit of scruffle late as well.
So it was Hayden McMahon with the goal. It was a nice finish.
Left foot from the pocket.
Yeah, really nice goal. 7-6, 48 they lead South Barwon 1-8.
Yeah, 2 goals, 1 for St Mary's in this third term, so all of a sudden they're just blowing out this margin. The trainers all run towards the pocket here, just to check on their man.
Tackle over the line probably wasn't needed, but always good to see a little bit of a fight going on. But for South Barwon supporters, it's not the way they wanted with a goal going against them. Just being pickpocketed out, and Mulroney goes forward again. Good pick up from Ogarinos, and he goes wide to McMahon. And he snaps across the face, trying to just nudge under himself. There was the St Mary's player, and they go inside 50. Could be in the back there. Trying to pick it up still was St Mary's, and it's just going to be out of bounds.
7-3 inside 50s in St Mary's favour. This has definitely been the favoured side of the ground today for no real reason.
No, there isn't a heap of breeze, is there? It's the way things have gone. Brought in Jarvis and Banshannon do battle. Banshannon won it down for St Mary's. Maloney, Lusby stripped off at Ogarinos on the turn. High footy. Thumped clear from Cowan. He tossed in again. So all St Mary's all day, really. South Barwon enjoyed it. Some general play in that second quarter, but they were unable to put it on the scoreboard. And all the damage, as I say, was done before quarter time, really. All St Mary's have done is just extend that lead ever since. Brought in. We're 50 out from home. Banshannon, lovely use of the body. Sockers it off the ground. It'll work on the chest of McMahon. So he kicked the last. Hayden McMahon has a chance here for number 2.
Looks like he's playing more forward this quarter as well, Buzz.
Yep. You just see him and his brother down back, don't we?
Yep.
So it'll take his best. The ball will be nice and heavy. And he'll kick from about 45. Hayden McMahon, 1-1 this afternoon. In he comes on the runway, Hayden McMahon. From just inside 50, he puts the left foot through it, and it's a goal.
Fantastic goal.
2 in a row for Hayden McMahon. St Mary's 8-6-54, South Barwon 1-8.
Gee, St Mary's out in their numbers down here today. All those horns going off. They've all come down here in these wet conditions.
It's always good to get the away fans to come.
Still going.
So,
Yeah.
3 goals, 1 St Mary's this term to just South Barwon's singular point. The margin extends out to 46 points now. And they've been quite dominant in the centre. 6 hit-outs to 1 it is. We'll just see how this one pans out as I say that.
Davis wins the tap. Garner trying to pick it up, but it just rolls out of his fingertips. And it eventually just comes out. Broughton could have got a high tackle, but it's just the same result as what it was. It only moved a couple of metres.
Free kicks quite even as well. 4-3 in St Mary's favour.
Thrown up again. Davis won the tap, but straight to Ogarinos. Now they go backwards to go forwards with McMahon. And he goes to a contest, and Lever just read it best. was able to cut it off.
South Barwon's lowest score this year is against Joey's on this ground 5 weeks ago. 3-6-24 they scored that day, and that was a really bad wet weather day, much like this. I reckon that's in real trouble of being beaten today. Only on 1-2 at the moment. And St Mary's have all the play too. Another inside 50. Oh, Bond, they all flew. Bond stayed down and he's caught just as he was going to get a foot to it.
It was Madigan.
Last-ditch effort. I think it was Hogan, in fact, with the tackle it was. Goal-saving tackle. Really, in the end, it's still in a dangerous spot for St Mary's. Davis won it down. Pritchard was lurking. Ball out of play.
Just continuing our low scoring chat, I just would have thought South Barwon would have been able to, play with the conditions here because it's so wet. This is their ground as well. So it just shows that home ground advantage doesn't really exist when it's all muddy.
South Barwon just getting quick kick forward now. Or didn't go the right way as they wanted with Orgarinas cutting it off. And he just gets onto his left side. Big contest there to be won. Just picks it up. Was good. And now Driver can dispose out of the back line. It's a good kick into space, but Hall should get there first, and he's got McMahon to block for him. He handballs to Travellini. He's got the wheels. Goes back to McMahon. Now to Benson. And he just sets it up to the high-flying players. Bosley there. Just dropped what he needed to take, but quick kick forward. He's on the full.
St Mary's into double figures now, 11 inside 50s to 3.
Yeah, they're enjoying another dominant quarter here. The Saints brought in by Hogan for South Barwon. Right in front of us, Lee with the fly. Couldn't mark Maloney. Peterson Cole stuck in the mud there trying to get the wheels going. Travellini caught by Siddle. Lee takes the advantage. Why would you do that? There's no one down there.
It's a foot race.
Driver's got to beat 2 here. What can he do? McMahon has the footy. Good shepherd by Ling. McMahon goes short. Clever mark by Damien McMahon. And then goes over the top to Jack Blood, who won't stop running. We know that. Looks inboard. Not his best kick, and Josh Saunders marks.
It's going to tell you there, Buzz, if St Mary's were able to kick a goal, then Brett Lee wouldn't be... Ollie Lee wouldn't be very
bigger.
Wouldn't be very happy about that one. Need to get the 3 big fists out. That'd be pretty funny. As we see Madigan go inside 50, could have got a high tackle, and he has. South Barwon player didn't quite catch who it was at first.
Baker, I think.
It was Ethan Baker. Yeah, Brett Lee wasn't the best of mine. Although the Ashes is on, but
that is. What do you reckon here, boys? Makes the journey or not?
I don't think it will, but 4th inside 50 for South Barwon, so they got to make something out of it.
Oh, look, just because you said that, Luke, I'll say he will make it, but who knows? Baker will take his best kick. He unloads. It's going. It's just going to be dropping short. Madigan was there. Quick handball was good. Dwyer. Oh, it's just been cut off. Is it? Oh, it's almost a goal.
They're just too desperate to get a score here. That's their second behind for the term.
Yep, 139. They move on to South Barwon. St Mary's 8-6. 54. We've played 23 and a half minutes. Third term. Thank you to Harvey Norman and Red Onion for their support and coverage this season. Got a blood rule here. And a hobble too, I think. Is that Lusby? Making his way towards us. Got some blood and quite the limp up too. As he makes his way to the bench. It might take a while for him to come off. Struggled with injury. I think it's Ben Lusby. It is. Struggled with injury this season. Might have got a cut to his knee. He was pointing to his knee there. Anyway.
Could have got a stud or something to the knee, possibly.
Perhaps.
That's blood down there.
He did his ACL last season on this ground, actually, on Anzac Day. Then has struggled with some other injury issues this season, so he hasn't had a clear run at it in his 3rd season as a Swan. It's brought back in by Travellini. He's enjoying a very good year, Jesse Travellini. driver marks. I reckon that's probably about 10 for him today. Started like a house on fire. I do, Muslim, but they can't hear you when you don't have your mic on.
8 turnovers for St Mary's.
Now this would be quite the fluke if Jack Driver can kick this. Let me tell you, ladies and gentlemen.
Once again, he's not going to make the distance.
He's kicking with a heavy ball and he's not reliable, shall we say. He kicks from 50. It's not the worst kick. It's across the face and through for a minor score. For once I was partially correct. So I've said that about Jack before and he's made me look pretty silly. 1-4-10 they move on to.
Double figures now for the Swans. So they retrieve this ball.
Really need some netting behind the goals here, don't they?
Especially
down there.
On our left side of the screen with the hill.
Yep.
Trapolini to dispose of the footy. Just a high up and under ball. Oh, Blood almost took the mark, but Bosley just out-muscled him. And he goes short. It's a good one, and he finds, I think it was Noble.
Yep.
And he goes short and finds Broughton.
5th inside 50 for South Barwon.
Looks like he's going for goal. He doesn't think he has the journey, but he gets onto an arc, sets it up to the top of the square. Jasker almost tried to mark it, and quick kick full for Mulroney, and he's kicked a goal. So something they need, South Barwon, to get their team going.
Well, they've responded in the last 5 minutes now, so 3 goals, 1-19 for St Mary's this term to 1 goal, 3-9. This is their highest scoring quarter out of the 2 that they've scored in.
Intensity has lifted as well, Luke. They've had a couple of inside 50s as of late.
Yeah, I think they've had the last 3.
What's inside 50s for the game, Luke? You able to...
Inside 50s for the game, yeah. So if I just go check that, 35-23 in St Mary's favour.
So it's not...
They've caught up.
It is a discrepancy, but it's not... Yeah, going off the first quarter, it's not... They've probably beaten them in inside 50s in the following 2 quarters, so...
Yeah, they picked up 15 that second term on this left side of the ground.
So in general play, they're getting enough of it. They're just not putting it on the scoreboard, which has been a bit of a theme for them this year.
And free kicks have been quite even as well, so...
Tossed up. Davis. Couldn't really get any purchase on the hit out and will be thrown up as 27 minutes tick by in this third quarter.
6 hit outs to 3 this term.
Benjamin's been pretty good, I feel, up against 2 genuine ruckmen. Broughton was caught holding the footy. Is the decision going the way of Harry Benson for St Mary's.
He goes short. Just gets the required distance to Cole. Gets back off the mark. And he just goes long down the line in the end. Almost, it is a strong mark. It's a great mark.
Guess
in the
who?
end. From Jack Driver. Probably had about 15 intercept marks.
Yeah, so go on, Woober.
We'll just get to see that from Premier Data, which is always great to see.
9 turnovers St Mary's this term.
Then he goes short to Lever. Doesn't have many options through the middle, so he'll probably just go straight down the line. To the advantage of Lee, but he just dropped what he needed to take. Madigan had good position. Now Saunders goes forward. Jasker is first to pick it up, but good pressure from South Barwon with Broughton. And now it's just going to be stacks on for or is it? No. Madigan did alright. Mulroney trying to get it out. Shannon did well. Now it's a strong tackle from Noble, and it's just going to be stoppage.
Pretty much in the heart of McDonald Reserve. Orgarinos with the clearance onto the chest of Woods and marks. He's at half back, Reece Woods. Doug Bond started like a house on fire, didn't he? But we haven't really seen him since.
They have nullified his performance as late.
So Woods goes down the line. Hall being terrific again today. Blood just heads towards the boundary line and seen over by Bond.
The man we speak of.
Yep. Just repeating that score, 8-6-54 to 2-4-16.
It's unlikely South Barwon will win this game, but if they are any chance, they do need a goal late in this third term. Handball just got out to blood, and now they're out here with Travellini. He could probably go from 50. He sets it up to the top of the square. High flies everywhere, but a really strong mark in the end from guess who? Jack Driver.
Yeah, he's held up his end of the bargain today.
Could he fit into a team of the year in the back pocket?
Probably hasn't. Probably not quite. But he's had a good year. He'll be in the top 5 comfortably, you would have thought, in South Barwon's best and fairest.
Yep.
I'm not quite sure he's pushed himself into the top echelon of defenders yet, but he's enjoyed a good year. Kick wide towards O'Neill. Right on the outer side. Goes inboard right on the 3/4 time siren. St Mary's 8-6-54 lead South Barwon 2-4-16 at the final change. It looks like
On to 3-4-22. Pretty good margin win there in this weather. Leopold lead Grovedale 9-13-67 to 4-3-27. Bell Park lead Geelong West Giants 12-9-81 to 5-2-32. Don't have the scores for Colac and North Shore, and unfortunately St Albans and Newtown. If I can try and get us to the BFL in time. I've only got one score at the moment, unfortunately, and it's probably one of the better games. Ironically, Torquay lead Port Arlington 7-12-54 to Port Arlington 7-8-50.
there we go. So back underway. Neither ruckman really got a hand to that one. Dwyer has to kick out of the mud pit. Just tumbles to the outer wing. Noble will be first there. Driver, in fact. And he's thrown over the line. The ball out of play. It's a big lead for St Mary's at 3/4 time, as they have had at every change this afternoon. Started off the game tremendously well and haven't really looked back since. Tossed in right on centre wing. Davis wins it down. Strong tackle by Baker. Benson for St Mary's. Left foot tumbler. Hogan first there. Cowan. Been good today. Wrapped up in a strong Joel Hogan tackle and with the ball up.
Yeah, so St Mary's won every quarter of this game. 27 points I wanted by in the first, 1 point in the second, and 10 points in the third.
Davis just gets a clearing kick forward. Travellini picks it up nicely. Now they go inside 50. Levy just nudged Lang better and just got a big kick forward, and it's a real good result in the end for South Barwon. Had to beat 2 in the end. Lever and just read it best.
Yep, so 8-6-54 to 2-4-16. Ball stuck on that outer side. Brought in now by the boundary umpire. Davis to Baker with the clearance. Just wobbles it down the line. Welsh, both players fell over. Tumbled at Maloney, quick hands. From half-back, they go down the line. Geez, Garner nearly took a clever mark. Bounced off his chest and the ball out of play again. I was just speaking clearances, boys. St Mary's are first in the GFL for both clearances from the centre and clearances from ball-ups. They average 12 from ball-ups a game and 11 from the centre. So they've been dominant in that space today again, haven't they?
Yep, and Banjana was just about to get one then, but the ball was smothered. Could have got in the back there was Harry Ling, but no pay, no free kick was given.
3 hit-outs already for Jarvis at South Barwon this term.
Banjana didn't win the tap, it was Jarvis in fact. Lee trying to pick it up. It was O'Neill rather. Eventually just gets out to McMahon and he just gets the stoppage clearance forward. Or it could have been a high tackle going the way of Driver with a head clash, but no free kick was given and Lang was able to tackle and cause a stoppage.
Tossed up just at the back of the centre square. Banjanen palmed it down. Benson tried to get his kick clear. Saunders was tackled without disposing of it. Noble with the soccer. Down the line. Good pick up. Welsh. Hall. Flicks it around by hand. McMahon off a step. That's delightful. to his brother. Chip over the top from Dylan McMahon. Finds Connors, goes short to Blood. Been very good this afternoon, Jack Blood. He's just forced to kick an inverted torp down the line. Copley keeps it in. Cleverly done. Trickles inside 50. Cowan's first there. Gets through one tackle. Loops a handball over the top. Lever and Garner do battle. Who can emerge with it? Ball nearing the goal square. Baker just goes to touch. And out of play. Does the umpire call deliberate? No, he doesn't. Tossed in.
Good result there from St Mary's. Real smart play there from the St Mary's player. It was Copley actually, that was who it was, and Cowan was able to get it some more meterage. Benjamin straight tap to Benson, snap around, hasn't got the distance. It's short, but still it's just gonna be a kick off the ground. I thought there was gonna be a St Mary's player run straight through for the goal, but real good tap work there from Benjamin.
He's been good, as I said, up against two genuine ruckmen in Davis and Jarvis. South Barwon ranks second in the competition for total hitouts too, and second for hitouts to advantage for the season, so doing a good job. Hall was caught. Travellini inside 50, finds the chest of Tom Lang.
He's had a good game today. Both players here in Lang and Travellini.
And this is the first time inside 50s have benefited the right-hand side of the ground. 3-1 in St Mary's favour.
Tom Lang, he's got a couple to his name today, providing a bit of a focal point for them without some firepower in the forward line this afternoon. Kicked 3 last week to make it 6 in a fortnight. Tom Lang, and he comes, hooks it across his body. Too far, in fact, it's just snuck in for a behind.
He was running out to the right, to that arc, which probably wasn't the greatest idea. It's sort of like a Grind Myers sort of look. But it's a great mark from Josh Jasker, a former Gold Coast player. And he goes wide. Garner goes short. It's nice. And he finds Maloney. And he goes short and he finds Shannon.
Mary's all over the top of South Barwon at the moment.
Shannon just sets it up to the top of the square. Almost a sensational mark from Benjamin. Copley wraps up a really good tackle on the South Barwon player. It'll just be a stoppage in the left forward pocket of St Mary's.
Yep. It's going to be tossed up just inside the boundary line. Davis and Benjamin again. Davis over the top. Quick hands and Fragiota. Woods just forced to clear quickly, but only as far as Hayden McMahon, who marks on the paint of 50. I think he might be backing himself.
Do you reckon he's got the journey, Buzz?
Oh, it'd be his best, but he's kicked 2.
Yeah, he definitely has been kicking good. He's got his kicking boots on.
This will take his best, so it's a fair run up, so he is backing himself here.
I think he had a pretty long run up in the last term as well, but he did deliver a goal, or someone else did that.
And he comes from 50, drives it sort of helicopters to the line. Benjamin, I think, got his hands to that one, but thumped away from him.
South Barwon have already conceded 3 turnovers, while St Mary's have had 4 inside 50s compared to the 1 South Barwon have so far had this term.
This isn't hurting St Mary's at all here, just chilling up time. Would like a couple more goals to get some percentage, though, which could be very vital come finals time. Oh, perfect flick hands from Benjamin. Cole was there. South Barwon just disposed out of the back half and just rolls out of the bounds. It was in fact Doug Bond. And it almost got the flick pass from Travellini. I think they've called... No, sorry, I thought it looked like they were going to be given a free kick for deliberate, but it's just going to be a throw-in.
Yep. Tossed in now. 8-8-56 plays 2-4-16. Over the head of the 2 ruckmen. Maloney trying to barge away through. Not happy with the treatment from Ollie Lee. Free kick to Maloney.
He's been in a lot of fights, hasn't he, Lee?
He has. Free kick going the way of Ben Maloney.
First free kick at the term as well.
Covered in mud. Have a look at him. He goes short-ish. It's a lovely kick onto the chest of Blood. He's just inside 50. Jack Blood.
He's going for
what does he do here? He improves the angle. Kicks for goal now. It'll fall short of his intended target through the legs of Woods. His hands were quick. Mulroney scrubbers one along the ground. And we'll have another ball up. So what did I say? 3-6-24 was their lowest score of the year. South Barwon. So that's in real trouble, you would think now.
8 points though.
Going up, Banjannon just tapped it to the opposition in South Barwon. Quick kick forward. Orgarinos trying to pick it up, but it's just rolled out for another throw in the forward pocket of St Mary's. South Barwon just need a goal here, obviously, to not record that stat that you were saying, Buzz, but also just to give him some confidence. Aim's probably to win this last quarter, you'd assume.
Yep, brought in. Jeez, Davis doing some interesting work there in the ruck. Ball again out of play. It's been stuck over on that boundary for a large portion of this term. At least we're warm.
Yeah.
Got the heater working now, Peter, so sucked in.
My feet are being cooked though, because the heater's right underneath my chair here.
Better than being the other way. So brought in. Up against the scoreboard. Banjannon. Want it down again. Done a good job today. The big fella. Orgarinos gathers and kicks on the turn. Lever went back with the flight. Couldn't mark. Noble. Mulroney. That's an awkward looking left foot ball. Coughs it up to Travellini. He breaks the tackle. Straightens up and kicks out in the full in the end. Did everything right until he kicked it.
Yeah, and Banjannon wasn't too pleased about that, but Travellini did the right thing, just wasn't able to finish. South Barwon disposed out, but it's been fisted over by the St Mary's player. Once again, another throw in on this outer wing here, which is great for us to see.
Nice and dark too now, isn't it?
Yep. Maybe get the lights on, or unfortunately, yeah, the clouds have just come. It's just quite dull and dark now, but both ruckmen didn't get it, but Garner was wrapped up immediately from Lee.
It's been a funny one. Ruckman haven't tapped it out for most of the contest this term. 5-2 still in South Barwon's favour for hit-outs.
It's thrown up again. Banjannon just fists it forward. Trying to pick it up here was South Barwon, and Lever just wrapped up real good in the end. And he's just going to be another stoppage.
Got lucky, I reckon. Could have easily pinged him.
Had support with Noble as well, so he could have used that first option, but luckily from a South Barwon point of view, they were able to keep the ball in there.
One down, strong tackle by Lever. Another stoppage. Both teams, I think, are pretty happy to keep it like this. I know South Barwon would like to score some more, but at least they're not conceding. Brought up. They're inside 54. St Mary's, both ruckmen go to ground. Which way is it going? Going the way of South Barwon.
Here's another fight with Maloney.
Yep. Bit going on in Fragiota. Saunders for South Barwon. Hands it off. Noble. Hogan under pressure. Nearly caught. Got his hands clear. Noble again. Left foot ball through the middle of the ground. Ollie Lee does a pretty good job. Dylan spins out of trouble. Did well. Ryan Dillon stops and props and heads towards Riley Dwyer, but Travellini, as he's done all day, too good. McMahon, Dillon, clever kick over the top. Finds a chest of Doug Bond.
Bond goes over the top to Benson. Benson handballs. Now it's Copley. Copley, he shapes up. High flying at the back with St Mary's. With Ling, but it's just going to go over the across for a behind. Pritchard was there to...
I believe it's out of bounds, actually.
Yep.
Apologies there. That's been able to go out, but good result for St Mary's there. Was started with a really good McMahon kick, and created some overlap because there hasn't been much space in this last quarter. Just been congested footy. Tapped out from Banjan and Pritchard was there to pick it up, but he kicked off the ground to himself. Picks it up beautifully. Can he kick the goal? He can't. It's rolling.
Oh.
It's just been almost was a goal. It was real good desperation there from Hogan.
Been 3 behinds for this term. That's all we've seen yet to see a goal yet.
Brought in by Woods. Goes short to Mulroney. Probably been one of South Barwon's best, hasn't he? Got plenty of footy at least. He goes short to Lee. It's not a great kick though. Fell well short of him. And then he's gang tackled. About 3 of them maul him to the ground. Bond thrown out of the way and gives away a free kick, Charlie Francis. Doug Bond, the beneficiary.
Every time Lee's been around there for a tackle, always something's happened after that. But
Bond looks to go short and does find Garner now. Goes by hand. Benson back to Garner. Goes very short. Connors is caught in a strong Lockie Noble tackle. Ball spills clear. Dylan got his foot to it. Trickles away. Noble just gains some territory. Hall does terrifically well to keep it in front.
It's going to get clogged up here, I betcha.
We're stuck in the mud pit. Siddle brought to ground. He's going to ping if holding the ball then, wasn't he? You could see him shaping up.
6 clearances for South Barwon this term. They've been good at trying to get out of the congestion, but it's still been getting stuck.
just thrown up once again. No one actually picked the ball up, and Orgarinos was wrapped up by Dylan in a good tackle. Ball just moves a couple of metres to the advantage of South Barwon. They also got the spam man as well, as we can see. Just flick forward, but it's now going the opposite way with St Mary's. High flyers everywhere. Oh, this South Barwon players had a bit of a head knock. Whiplash looks. Driver just decides to clear it, kick to the space, and it's a good result in the end. No deliberate was paid in the end. As you can see, Lang's been pushed back by as our spare man. Just want to make sure they don't concede any goals.
8 inside 50s to 1 in St Mary's favour. So it's interesting to see, like I said before, favouring the right-hand side of the ground, which has been quiet all day.
Ben Shannon's hit out. Sailed straight out of play.
Would be interesting to see what he finishes on fit-outs for the match.
Well, 6-4 so far in this final term, but in South Barwon's favour.
Has been a good battle.
Tossed in right under the Harvey Norman and Red Onion scoreboard. That was Jarvis this time. High footy. No one can mark through everyone's legs. Beats driver too. Now to play. So 8-9-57. South Barwon 2-4-16. Their lowest score of the season. 3-6-24.
A good start to pick up would be when the last time I had a lower score.
Reckon you had to go back a bit of time. 2 goals is all they've mustered this afternoon. Ben Shannon won it down. Garner ridden into his back. No free kick. Players fight for the scrap. Driver bounces out. Caught by Ling. We'll finally have a ball up.
Also, another factor you could say, boys, that hasn't helped South Barwon be able to catch up in this deficit is Brett Blair as well, going out with a hamstring that we saw at half time.
Yep.
He was on ice in the jacket, which wasn't good for him. Still kept going as almost kick out on the full. St Mary's playing for deliberate, but no doing. Ball to be thrown back in anytime soon. And it is. It's a good one in the end. Ben Jannon was asking for the free kick of holding, but didn't happen, and Cowan was wrapped up in a tackle.
8 inside 50s to 1 still.
Going to be some sore bodies at the end of this game. I would have thought. Plenty of tackling.
Yep, very contested game this afternoon. Jarvis won it down. Baker, his clearance was partially smothered. Travellini can't keep it in either. The ball out of play. very gloomy. We're on reserve now. Clouds are settled in. Just light rain falling around the ground. Tossed in. Good body work by Banjanin. Welsh trying to find his way through. Left it behind. Francis. Fragiota couldn't pick it up. Dylan does now for South Barwon. Siddle attacked it. Got a massive push in the back. No free kick. Inside 50 again. Driver again. With the mark. Taking a couple of those good ones today.
That's been good.
Switches the play. It's an awful kick though. Coughed it straight up. Allows Ling a look at goal. Tugs it wide.
Fourth behind for St Mary's and the term. Yet to see a goal.
It's definitely the opportunity to kick there 15 metres out directly in front.
Yep. Put him in a rare goal for Harry Ling too.
Yep.
Kicked 2 against South Barwon last time they met.
Lever with the driving long kick down the line. Maloney just dropped what he needed to take. Now they go inside here with Cowan, but they should cut it off as they do so. Handball now. Saunders just goes to the outer side and Bosley takes a strong mark on Lang. Put him back in the forward line. The leading goal kicker. And he kicks to the advantage of St Mary's, but Walsh is there. Now Travellini. Maloney's got to pick it up, which could be hard. Could have got a high tackle, and he does.
Oh my goodness me, he swung at him there. Oh, whoa, he's hit him.
I thought he missed him, but he must have hit him, and you'd think he'd be on a report here.
Wow. He took a big swipe at Simon Fragiota, and it's on now. I don't reckon they'll be happy with this at all, South Barwon.
No, yeah, definitely not.
And the umpires paid 50 against South Barwon here.
I think that the first call was for a free kick for St Mary's, which was quickly reversed.
Because of Maloney.
Yep.
Well, he paid 50. The umpire paid 50 straight away against... He called 50 until Fragiota went down. Now look at Welsh and Bosley go at it. Here we go.
Captains.
It's on. And there's plenty going on here. Fragiota goes short. St Mary's too busy putting up the good fight. Broughton finds Baker after all that. Extraordinary. So we'll see what comes out of that. And, can you believe that? They've had a shot on goal and Banjanin's marked on the line.
Just goalkeeping. And he goes short to the outer side.
7 turnovers for South Barwon.
Connors goes short, but it's cut off. But Hogan couldn't pick it up. Cole. Now it's McMahon. And he goes short, but it's a mongrel kick. Could have been a good half volley from the other McMahon in Hayden, but he just couldn't pick it up. But, yeah, interesting scenes there, Buzz.
Well, it looked like he definitely swung at him, but I thought he missed.
I thought he did as well.
But he stayed down.
Maybe the next hit or something.
Maybe someone else got in. I'm not sure, but
I thought there could have been a yellow card to someone there. But
I'm sure we'll find out what's happened on Monday there. But if the umpire hasn't given any card, you just mustn't have got him. It's an interesting one to work out there.
Depends on what the umpire saw as well. We've got a different vantage point.
Yep.
Blood disposed inside 50, but missed his intended target, and it's just going to be a stoppage.
So 11 inside 50s now for St Mary's, 2 for South Barwon, including that last one we just saw.
St Mary's lead 8-10, 58 to 2-4 for 16. Wouldn't be too long left in this game. Just waiting for the ball to be thrown in. It's thrown in and Davis did well, but Benson across the face, just a minor score. Could have been a good snap from the stoppage. They've had plenty of opportunities, St Mary's, from stoppages to have shots on goal, but just haven't kicked all of them.
Inside 50s, 11, as I said, 5 behinds. They've had no goals, and we're yet to see a goal this term. Just the 5 points for St Mary's.
Been a bit of a slow quarter, hasn't it, other than that dust up a couple of minutes ago. It's brought in by Woods to Hogan. He marks. He switches the play to Driver, who marks and gets 52.
Played it well in the end.
So there isn't a heap forward of the footy for South Barwon here. McMahon's spare for St Mary's. They just drive it.
To Dwyer.
Dwyer's got front position. Good front and centre by Fragiota. Dwyer stripped down by Maloney. That's the way to respond. They go to work again. Maloney ridden into the turf. Watch what happens here.
Yeah, gee, they're getting fired up with all these.
Yep.
There's been a lot of feel for this game. It's bodies are on the line, especially both trying to play finals, and you'd think South Barwon are done now, but St Mary's still have hope.
Tossed up. We're just outside 50 for South Barwon. Davis. Strong tap. Welsh burrows his way through. Ball up.
I think it's just been through the middle from St Mary's that's been able to win in the game. They'll have a lot more clearances, I would have thought, for the match. Good tap from Davis, but doesn't really move much further. Lee's there. Out the back, Travellini, but it's quick kick forward. Trying to tunnel ball. Oh, it's flick handball. It's
been touched.
He flicked his knee.
Would have been a bit of a Socceroo sort of goal with a penalty sort of shot, but Broughton's... was it Broughton? Or?
Yep.
Boy, yeah, Broughton's goal was just touched.
It's good front and square from him.
Yep.
Attacked it with some pace, didn't he?
It's been great news that South Barwon have surpassed their lowest score this season. They're on 17 now.
No, they've still got
It was
20, 24.
Oh, 24, sorry.
Yep.
I thought you meant it was 16. Apologies. Well,
I doubt they'll make it now. They've had their chances to get a couple now. They've missed them both. So McMahon brings it in. Heads right towards us. Reckon that was meant for you, Wilbur.
Yep.
Welsh.
I would have got to it.
Well, I'm not sure about that.
No, jokes.
Welsh ridden into the turf. Still very fierce and contested here. Davis, quick kick. McMahon up the chimney it goes. Lever puts the fist through it. Who's first there? It's Dwyer for South Barwon. We'll have another ball up.
I just had a thought flash by me. If that ball enters this con box, that's a very muddy ball.
Yep.
I don't want that anywhere near me, thanks.
Van Janen was held and... Oh, it was a block, in fact. Going the way of Davis. And they just wasted time there, Maloney, which was smart.
4 free kicks for South Barwon.
Davis sets it to the hot spot. Almost a mark from Lee out the back. Bosley was dispossessed. Now they can switch now to perfect kicked, in fact. And he finds Damien McMahon just in the pocket. Not much time left in this game. It's a helicopter sort of kick, but it's... This game, oh, wow, what a mark.
Garner.
Jared Garner with the one-handed mark. Sensational. Has been an incredible recruit for the last couple of years from Colac. Won a flag and then left. But it's not the greatest kick.
We're good at that. Putting the Moz on.
Yep. Cut off by Davis.
So Luke Davis, last year's best and fairest winner for South Barwon. High footy to centre half forwards. Good palm down by Peterson Cole. Saunders steps through one. Dylan tumbles it inside 50, but only as far as Josh Jasker. He goes to half back to Travellini. He's got plenty of the footy today. Open Mondays, Geelong 80. See all 6 GFL games and full individual stats. And then from Tuesday, look out on AFL Barwon for all game stats for all 6. Plenty to look at if you enjoy your stats like Wilbur. Now, Benson tumbles one inside 50. They've got numbers here, St Mary's. Greenos just had a slight fumble. Driver clears for the Swans. It's probably deliberate. It's nowhere near anyone. What does the umpire pay? He does pay deliberate.
Yeah, he was a little bit unlucky there. Had a lot of pressure and had to go to his right side. But it's Hayden McMahon that will go inside 50 for St Mary's. And almost another strong mark from Driver, and he's very sore after that. Just wanted to lay on the ground, as you can see there.
27 minutes played in this final term.
About to say there wouldn't be much time left and he can just rest up after this, but there will be a lot of sore bodies, I can imagine.
Bet a few of them can't wait to get in the hot shower too.
Yep. As the rain's pouring down now. Trying to burst his way through was Maloney. Oh, it was Walsh, and he just just absolutely destroyed that tackle there.
Luke, do you know who St Mary's have next week?
Yes, in my little sheet of paper here, they travel next week.
Yep.
South Barwon to have no more home games for the rest of the season, but
No, they play North Shore next week, I know that. But
Yep.
the Saints.
Saints, they versus Grovedale at home and then have to travel to Leopold for their final game of the
So
season.
you suspect they'd be far too good for Grovedale, so it'll come down to that last round, won't it?
Yeah.
Really, you would think.
Definitely have highlighted that one there, but
Yep.
we could get a live ladder up later to see where the teams sit.
Yeah, of course, it all depends on
Bell
if Bell
Park.
Park keep winning, and it doesn't matter what St Mary's do, but if Bell Park drop one on the way home, it'll all come down to percentage, so still a bit to play out for that 5th spot. Interested to see what's happening in the BFL too with Drysdale. If they win this week, we'll be out there next week for their game against Anglesey. If not, we won't be.
Bell Park were beating Grovedale as well.
Yep.
Earlier on.
So if they keep winning, it takes it out of St Mary's hands, really.
Yep.
Driver. Only as far as Jasker, who plays on. I reckon he sniffed a goal there. Coughed up the handball, though. Ball spills clear. Benson. Madigan. Kick was smothered. Ling. Steps through, was caught, holding the footy.
Right decision there. You can see if it's a full rainbow,
Yep.
you can get that peak.
Nice big one.
That's enormous.
7 free kicks in South Barwon in this term as well, so they've had 5 more than St Mary's.
Yeah, get that one, Buzz. Lee's.
All over it.
Lee just kicked it forward. Now it's Benson, and he just decides to go short to Riley Holt. And Dylan's just wrapped up the St Mary's player. Immediately it was Link. Turned out to be quite a nice sort of day with this rainbow, but if you're a South Barwon supporter, it's probably not. But if you are St Mary's, then it is. Ben Jannon with the thumping fist forward. Nice pick up from Blood. He's been really good. Now Peterson Cole, he just gets onto his favoured right side, but well done there from guess who? Jack Driver. Probably be up to about 20 intercept marks now.
Here he is off half back. Short to lever. So they've had no trouble getting the footy, South Barwon, really. It's been what they've been doing with it has let them down this afternoon. Broughton. Left foot ball to Davis. That's trouble into the mud pit. Caught holding the footy. Orgarinos just has to run with it. Oh, did you see that for a kick? That was
Outside.
brilliant. Outside the boot. It's gone backwards pretty much to McMahon, who then goes short and doesn't find Blood. Dropped the mark and he wriggled clear of Siddle. He can't. And that'll be holding the ball.
Yeah, if they didn't call holding the ball, it would have been deliberate because he's just kicked it out of bounds still. But right call. Siddle's been put back in the back line for Bosley, as we saw. And he has actually played a pretty good game. He was good in the back line in the first half. Broughton wanting a 50 and he
Gets it.
gets it. Don't really have anyone to go to besides Bosley.
Well, it's on again here.
Yep.
McMahon and Francis.
Anyway, Broughton goes short. It's a nice kick to Jarvis. And he'll wheel around. And he just sets it up to the top of the square. Lee's there. But it's just thumped forward. It's a big 1-on-1 to be won. Just bursting through the St Mary's player in Maloney. Now Pritchard just wheels around and it's a nice little chiseler. And he finds St Mary's player in Shannon. And he goes to Hall. And Hall handballs across. And they're out still, possibly with Welsh. And he goes back to Hall. Cowan trying to pick it up. Broughton did okay. Another quick handball from Noble. And they went short and the siren sounded for the final time, for the full time. St Mary's winning 8-11, 59 to South Barwon 2-5-17. An important win for St Mary's. Chances of playing finals. For South Barwon, their finals campaign is officially over. Thoughts on that today, Buzz?
Well, it wouldn't be one to tell the grandkids about, I don't think. But, yes, St Mary's, they just need to keep winning, and they did that pretty well today. Just quickly run through the goal kickers before we get stuck into some scores around the region. 2 goals apiece to Hayden McMahon, Tom Lang and Brady Pritchard for St Mary's, singles to Doug Bond and Josh Cowan. Did we see a goal in that last quarter?
No, we did not.
We did not.
6 behinds.
Yep. And Ryan Dillon and Taylor Mulroney, the only 2 goal kickers for South Barwon. Their lowest score all season. Bettering's probably a contradictory term, but 3-6-24 was their lowest score before this. So, a bit of a sorry day for the Swans, but St Mary's were very, very good. Got some live ladder stuff. Nicely done, Luke. So, we'll have a look at things now. So, Bell Park have got the job done against Geelong West, 81-32. So, they hold on to 5th spot. So I was just looking at the points there. Is that right? 2 points? I swore they were 4 points ahead of St Mary's coming into today. Was I looking at that wrong?
Probably, but you can go over to the tab on the left, and that's the live scores of the round.
Yeah, but I thought they were 4 points ahead coming in, and they've both won. Anyway, I could be imagining that. They might have been just 2. So, yes, South Barwon are officially done there. 8 points off St Mary's in 6th now, so chances are all washed away for them. Other live scores, Wilbur?
Yep, so St Joey's have won a commanding win against Lara, 18-13, 121 to Lara, 3-6-24. Leopold have beaten Grovedale, 10-14, 74 to 4-6-30. We unfortunately don't have scores for Colac North Shore. Bell Park lead
107, I believe.
16-11, 107 to Giants, 6-7-43. And Newtown have just defeated St Albans, 12-10, 82 to 10-6, 66.
So what do you take out of today's game, boys?
That if St Mary's can get all their players back, their tall forwards from VFL and injuries, and they could be dangerous if they are to make finals. Yeah,
they've got Paddy Dowling to come back in, you would suspect, although if Geelong keep winning, he may stay in. But they've got Zach Sherman, Jordan Duncan, Trent McMullen, Jack Walters to all come back in to that side. So
6 handy players.
There'll be 4 guys very, very unlucky. And Dean Gore, someone who could come back in as well. So now, this is what we wanted. So, live ladder, a Mottawarri. We need a score for Mottawarri Queenscliff because that will decide where Drysdale finish. But if Mottawarri have won that, that'll mean Drysdale's finals hopes are over because they will lose to Geelong Amos 97-66, which will leave them, if Mottawarri do win, 2 games outside the 5. So Torquay have enjoyed a better second half against Port Arlington. They've won comfortably, and Anglesey just over Newcombe, 59-41. So Queenscliff Mottawarri was close, wasn't it, too?
It was a draw at 19 apiece at half time.
Oh, that just scared me there, mate.
That would have thrown everything up.
Really thrown everything up, yep. So we'll wait and see with that result. That'll decide where we are next week. But we're definitely at the senior female grand finals next Sunday. That's out at Lara. We'll be covering the Division 1 and 2 senior female grand finals.
Might quickly go through next round's GFL fixtures. St Mary's host Grovedale at home. St Joseph's play Colac. That's going to be a belter of a game. You say it's going to be a grand final preview, Josh?
I think so.
Newtown host Bell Park at Aldersea Reserve. Leopold hosts Lara. Geelong West will host St Albans, and South Barwon will travel next week to North Shore, all next Saturday, August 17. And we can actually, while we're at it, we might as well do the next week's fixture for the BFL. Mottawarri play Port Arlington. Amos play Barwon Heads. That will be a good deciding factor in the ladder. Drysdale will host Anglesea. Torquay travel to Newcombe, and Queenscliff will be hosting Ocean Grove.
Beautiful. So still a bit to play out. We'll keep an eye on that Mottawarri Queenscliff score as it comes to hand. But here it was St Mary's dominant winners this afternoon. 8-11, 59 to 2-5, 17. Thank you, Luke. Thank you, Will, for in company as always. Next weekend, senior female grand finals. Join us then on Sunday afternoon.